Afternoon all, it's transfer deadline day. We've got, what have we got? 2 hours to go to the minute, and we're gonna see what excitement happens over the next couple of hours. It's quite promising at the moment, let me tell you. About 4 o'clock this afternoon, West Ham issued a 16-word update which read, the club confirmed a big deal is underway and emphasised a more out than in approach, which was expected, I guess, while revealing interest in adding a goalkeeper, centre-back, midfielder and a striker. So, fascinating update, really. Quite a lot of stuff to get our teeth stuck into there. I'm going to update you on everything that's going on, even what I consider to be the junk rumours. Might as well cover them all because you don't know which one's going to come in, do you? Which ones, I'll say. Right. So we'll start off. I mean, there's 3 in particular where we seem to be getting quite people seem to think we're getting quite close, put it like that. So Jadon Oosterwolde, Dutch 24-year-old centre-back, left-sided centre-back of Fenerbahce. Apparently, we've submitted an extraordinary bid, which is what it would take to prize him away from Fenerbahce. So club are optimistic that'll be well received. But that was hours ago when they said that. So if it was that extraordinary, you would have thought that something would have come up by now, right? Good afternoon to everyone in the chat, by the way. Thanks for joining, and everyone else that's watching. I realise we're probably conflicting with about 2 or 3 other shows at the moment, but such is the nature of deadline day. You can't stagger the deadline. The transfer window's just shut, can you? And then we got Jadon Oosterwolde is the first one. Bright Ari Mb, I guess. That's how you say it. Ari Mb, I don't know. Anyway, Braga centre back, exploring a late move, been in talks for a long time, and one that looks really promising is a loan for Axel Disasi of Chelsea, centre back of Chelsea, French. They wanted a 5 million fee on that one, and we were kind of not interested. There's one that seems to be getting spoken up quite a lot, or talks up quite a lot, and that's Charlie Cresswell, 23-year-old, currently at Toulouse. Centre back, England under 20, what is it, 21, can't remember, but he's 23. That doesn't mean he won't play for the under 21. I'm sure he's under 21 international and had a good tournament, etc. There's ongoing, it keeps popping up, and we will need a keeper, so I will keep mentioning it, and that is potential loan move, but it would be on full wages for Andre Onana. Now I imagine because he costs 47 million from Inter that he's on significant wages, and we know what significant wages is to Man United, right? It's out of our reach. It'd be over 200 grand a week, so they'd have to do something about that. There's Taylor Harwood-Bellis, the centre back from Southampton, who is one of Salthouse's clients. Again, very highly rated. 23-year-old and English again. Another goalkeeper, Dominik Livakovic, 30-year-old Croatian from Fenerbahce, doing a lot of business with Fenerbahce. All part of the Edson Alvarez move, I reckon. And there's still 1 or 2 whispers, even though I'm not too optimistic about this one, for Hayden Hackney, the 23-year-old Scot who plays centre mid for Middlesbrough, who are top of the league in the Championship at the moment. So I'm sure they don't want to lose him. And there's this one that's been going on for a couple of days now, talking about Victor Boniface. Now, we all remember him from the first leg against Leverkusen a few years ago, where he came on from the bench, having just come back from injury, coincidentally, and changed the game. And they won it 2-0 in the end. I think he was largely responsible for that. So he's definitely, guy's a giant. He's a definite impact player. I don't think he can be anything other than an impact player with 2 broken knees, ACLs in both knees, and being such a big lump, that's not a good thing. But again, if that was a loan move with no risk, what's the harm in having him there as a spare part to bring on? A few tenuous links as well. Jacob Murphy of Newcastle. I can't figure that one out. He seems to have been on loan everywhere for the last several years. I don't know why we'd be interested in taking him on loan as well. And what else we got? There's a few that we thought were dead. One in particular, and that is Igor Julio, Brazilian centre back from Brighton, who hasn't played a lot this year, but played quite a lot last year and the previous year. I don't know how much they paid for him. I think it's about 11 million or something they paid for him. He looked to be joining Crystal Palace. Glasner was going to be, and this was first of all a deal that was rumoured to be us in the driving seat. And suddenly Palace were calling the shots. Well, apparently, I mean, the latest news just in is that the deal is off with Palace. So that might mean deal is on with us. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know whether he's looking to be first choice and to walk straight into the team. Maybe, maybe not. But another Brazilian. There's a lot of Brazilians around at the moment. John Victor, the keeper, we're interested in. He's joined Forest. I'm sure you know about that. And another one that I couldn't ever find an actual valid link for us, to be honest, was Fabio Vieira of Arsenal. I think that was agents talking. He's gone and joined Hamburg for about 17 million. So that one's done. Let's have a quick look at the outbounds. What's the latest there? So there is a rumour that Alphonse Areola is going to be loaned out somewhere to get his huge wages off the books. Guido Rodriguez, his agent's touring Spain at the moment, trying to find him a club. I thought Betis was almost done, but he's getting less and less optimistic that Guido's going to be moved on, sadly. So he's going to probably occupy a place on the bench every week. A few of the youngsters have moved on. Finn Herrick, 18-year-old goalkeeper, England under-20 goalkeeper, has gone on loan to Boreham Wood in the National League. That'll toughen him up. And Junior Robinson, 21-year-old, has gone on loan. I don't know where, but he's gone on loan. Lewis Alford, this is the interesting one, has gone on loan it's a loan with a break clause for half a season, so we can take him back in January if we want to. He's gone on loan to League One Stevenage. So I think that's fair, actually, you know, because he's probably not going to get much game time in the first half of the season, is he? But who knows what's going to happen between now and Christmas. Two outbound deals that are, well, one of them's certainly dead because Lucas Paqueta was pictured getting onto the plane, travelling back to Brazil today in his West Ham training kit, smiling at the camera. You just love what he'd done. He couldn't make it any clearer if he tried, could he? You try and sell me? It's on you. It's on you, mate. Ain't me. And Thomas Souček. I mean, apparently it was a bid from Everton for him, rumoured to be in the region of 17 million, and we turned it down. So I think that's the right decision because when you look at the squad that we've got now, we've brought in quite a few young players, which is fantastic. But you don't want to get rid of, you know, all of the senior players. Not that you can, because we've got a lot of 27, 28-year-olds still. So, you know, to just remind you who's moved out so far, who's moved on, Edson Alvarez has gone to Fenerbahce, loan with a 22 million obligation. Kudus, who comes back in a couple of weeks, he's gone to Spurs, 55 million. Aaron Cresswell's moved on to Stoke on a free. Fabianski, no club. Zuma, no club. The Soufal's moved to Hoffenheim on a free transfer. Noyef Aguerd is in the process. I think it's an agreed deal that it totals £20 million, including add-ons. I think that's good money for the 29-year-old Moroccan. Very good money. I didn't think we'd get that for him. You know, it was worth giving him another try, I guess. But the fact that he kind of refused to come back to West Ham in the first instance was never a good sign. And then as soon as he played a few times in the Premier League and realised, oh, he's still not up to it, he demanded to leave again. So, you know, goodbye, good riddance, good money. Antonio, we know, got released. There's a few loans. Danny Ings, who's playing for Sheffield United now. A few of the kids. Michael Forbes, Northampton on loan. Mason Terry, Braintree in National League on loan. Gideon Kadua, loan to Luton. And then 2 permanent sales of Sean Moore and Patrick Kelly. And that brings you back up to date for all of the outbounds. So the inbounds, let's just recount who we've signed so far. We must include Jean-Claire Todibo in this list because we did officially just sign him. We've also signed, most recently, Songatu Magasa for 17.3 million from Monaco. Matthias Fernandez for 42 million, including add-ons from Southampton. Mads Hermansen for 18 million from Leicester. Dan Cummings, who's a free from Celtic. Callum Wilson, free from Newcastle. Carl Walker-Peters, freebie from Southampton. And finally, the magic man himself, El Hadji Magic Diouf. 22 million total deal, I think. 19 million. Or it might be 90 million total, might be 22 million euros. I think that's what it is, actually. But anyway, look, the business so far, if we can add a couple more, I think it's a decent window. But we definitely need some strength in depth. And let's first of all find out what you guys are saying in the chat. So, hello to everyone, by the way. So, and Claire, thanks for jumping in. I know this is a last minute thing. Is there anything that I don't do last minute? Yeah, there isn't. So yeah, I'm glad Souček is staying as well. That's really, really good. Really, really good. We need him, right? He's, as a utility player, he's somebody that you can use for a whole host of different things, can't you? It would be good if we, Glenn, if we did snatch a player from from Crystal Palace, because it certainly seems to be, the deck seems to be stacked up against us at the moment. I'm starting to feel a little bit inferior. So Junior Robinson has gone to Livingston. That was the missing name. That was the missing name in my list. I'm going to add it now. Where are you? Oh, I'll add it in a minute. I can't be bothered. Livingston. Right, not him, Maz. I'm not going to read that list out again. Snake Aguerd, he's gone. He's gone, yes. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. Souček does love the club, absolutely right. And one day when people realize, I'm sure most people do already, right? The guy's a cult hero. He came to us when we were on our knees with Jared Bowen. There's a lot of he's done a lot of good things for us, and on top of everything else, he's scored a lot of good goals and had that hand in the final for the winner, didn't he? Yes, yeah, I think you're right. Some people won't appreciate him until after he's gone. Jason, absolutely. Spurham can't see anyone else in apart from the Aguerd replacement. Well, we shall see, eh? We shall see. We've got 1 hour 47 minutes to go, 48 minutes to go until the window shuts down. Magassa, I think that, when you look at the signings and the people we've brought in, I will be joined, by the way, at some point. I'm not working this week. I've got a week off. Chris is, and so is Martyn. So they're going to join when they've stopped being busy. As if I do what I'm supposed to do. Hold on a minute. Right. So I'm going to keep my eye on the feeds and see what's happening. But at the moment, it seems that there's just stuff ticking along. Why is Hayden on the thumbnail? Well, good observation. And thanks for that. You're clearly a Middlesbrough fan. I mentioned that up front. Well, in more ways, you're a Middlesbrough fan. You got the badge and you called Smoggy. Anyway, because he was linked with us all through the window, and he was one of the rumours today. None of us really believed it, but to be honest, that's what this transfer window is. It's been a bunch of rumours. Look at the people I've got in front of me here, right? A big list of people talking about potential transfers in today. Only today, we've got 3, 9, we've got potentially 12, 15 links today. And he's one of them. So it's not that he's coming. It's just he's one of the links. You get it, don't you? Right. So let's have a look. And I know you're top of the league. You don't want to let him go. But you know how these things happen. Right. So let's have a look. I think we'll keep Callum Marshall. Yeah, we need. I think if we bring another striker in, then Callum Marshall might be put on loan again. It'd be a shame if he was, because I think having 4 strikers, especially 2 that are quite injury prone, I don't think that's a bad place to be in. You don't want to have 1 or 2, do you? We did nick Flynn Downs from Palace at the death. You're right, and there seems to be certain clubs that we're doing a lot of business with at the moment. Southampton being one of them, Fenerbahce being another one. So Taylor Harwood Bellis, 23, young England player, centre back. That one seemed to be, because of the Salthouse link, they seem to be getting a lot of airtime earlier today. But also, Carl Walker-Peters. You notice that every player in Southampton, in their entire squad, has a double-barreled name now, and we're linked with all of them. We've bought most of them already. We've got Carl Walker-Peters. We've got what's his name? JWP. I don't know if I like it. There's another one as well. Bright Arimbi, that 22-year-old. So he's a German playing for Braga. And a lot of these things, I think we're going to have to. Let's see what's. I've got to get my news feeds. I was a bit late getting to, because I'm really, really organised. I was a bit late getting to me shed just now, so I just need to open all me tickers and trackers and everything, and keep an eye on it as it happens. It's usually really disappointing. You remember, though, all those transfer windows under when David Gold was here? Don't go to bed, DG. Don't go to bed, DG. Keeping people, all hyped up right until the window shut. And lo and behold, nothing happened. It's been confirmed now that Emerson Palmieri has gone to Marseille. He's gone. very much in the mix at the moment. It says here are Axel Disasi of Chelsea, Jaden Osterwald of Fenerbahce. That's exactly what I just said. And potentially Charlie Cresswell of Toulouse. And it also says, latest update, Guido Rodriguez's exit remains uncertain. So, not great. West Ham are encountering issues in completing a $6.5 million sale of Guido Rodriguez. Why don't we just let him go for like a couple of million? Is it the price? If it's the price, give him a discount. Send him a voucher. Charlie Cresswell, right. Broadcaster, oh God, I'm sorry to quote this man. Broadcaster Ian Abrahams, the Moose, has expressed optimism, that West Ham could still secure defender Charlie Cresswell before the 7 p.m. deadline. I apologise to all of you for quoting the Moose. Alex Disasi is actually a French international. I don't know if he's a current one, but he's 27 years old. It's right at the peak. Is he one of those that can't? Again, I mean, there's so many bloody players. Imagine doing the research on all of these when only one or two of them is going to come up in the end anyway. Let's just do. Excuse me while I set everything up. So Martyn, yes. So Martyn's due to join. Let me just get Martyn situated live outside of the training ground. And we'll have Chris live outside of the player entrance at the London Stadium. Believe that, you believe anything. But that's what we're going for. That's the effect we're going for. They asked me if I could do a Jim White impression, and I can't do impressions. Right? That'd be a disaster. Fucking disaster. Right, let me just get the link for Martyn. So I hope you're all doing well today anyway. It's good to see the end of this bloody transfer window, and it's good that we've actually done some business, right? Because a few days ago, this was looking a little bit hopeless. Now I'm sort of getting a little bit optimistic. Optimism's a dangerous thing, isn't it? It's a really dangerous thing with West Ham. You don't want to get too optimistic. Come and stream yard, behave yourself, mate. Yes. Right, so Martyn should be along anytime soon. Hi, Steve. Andrew. Okay, that's that name. It triggers me every time. It's WHU saying 95. You must get an easier name. You must get an easier name. There must be a shortened version of that. So when you're reading these names out, you just stumble. Look, you got nice, easy ones. Mike WHU. See, that's considerate. Andrew, that is considerate. Iron Disciple, considerate. Right now, I like your comments as well. WHU sign 95, but your name's a nightmare. I'm gonna have to think of something. I'm going to have to like a translation thing. Dave Walker, good old British name. See, Dave Walker. Hello, Dave. How you doing? A lot of bullshit flying around, Dave. Yeah. We got Igor Julio heading our way on loan, apparently. So we've hijacked the deal. He's been in touch with Potter's been in touch with his old boss at Brighton and said, "No, don't sell them. Don't sell them. It's a bloody nightmare, Glasner. It ruined it all for you." Yes, Mavropanos, as predicted over several years. I mean, he hasn't lived up to my billing many times, has he? But he was pretty magnificent, wasn't he? There's no getting away from it. What the hell? Hold on. No. Bear with me, people. I'm having a mare. Video file. Invite guests. There we go. Right. So Martyn. Any second now, Martyn. Right. There you go. I've done it. Administration is complete. Right. Hopefully we keep Earthy and Potts. Yeah, I think Potts will be kept. He can't go out on loan again. He's been out on loan really successfully for the last couple of years. So what else is there to learn about Potts? And the thing about Earthy is he's actually one of the older players. He should be making his way through now. And he has actually played and scored. Albeit, once at the end of the game for Moyes, wasn't it? But he played and scored. And Scholes is a seasoned first teamer as well now. When you look at the 25 that we've got, I mean, you're allowed to register 25 players. That does not include the players that are registered to play in the under-23, as I call it, development squad. And from that 25 senior players that you register, only 17 of them can be non-homegrown. So that means you've got to have at least 8 homegrown players. And the way I understand it at the moment, we've got these homegrown players. We've got Callum Wilson, Carl Walker-Peters, Wes Fodringham, James Ward-Prowse, Max Kilman, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Jared Bowen, Ollie Scholes. 8, right? So we're covered. We're covered for the 8. That means we could have up to 17 non. Now, we ain't signing 6 players today, right? I don't think, have we ever had a full squad? I don't think we have. Now, bear in mind, we've got people, if you go to the website, you'll see people who are out on loan, but they're still registered as first team squad members, and that is Keelan Casey, Edson Alvarez, Lewis Alford, Max Cornet, the invisible man, Max Cornet. And then from the under-23 squad, Freddie Potts is only 22 still. Jill Jerfy, oh no, he's actually quite young. Jill Jerfy still is 19. Callum Marshall, 20, and Daniel Cummins, 18 of Scotland. Now, this is a funny thing. Lewis Guillermo is on his 2nd year here. By the time he serves 3 years, should he serve 3 years, he'll count as a homegrown player. So if they spend 3 years at under 21 in your, signed for you, then they become he becomes English. Famous Englishman, Guillermo, Lewis Guillermo. So he's still only 19 actually. So basically, he would count if we kept him for another year. He would count as another homegrown player. Strange, isn't it? Strange the way it works. But yeah, Marshall, Urphy, Potts, and Cummins, they wouldn't need to be registered in that 25. I don't think they'd be registered in development squad and still be able to play for the first team. And so that means we're allowed up to 17 non-homegrown players. At the moment, we have, how many do we have at the moment? So I did do this earlier. We've got 11 non-homegrown players, 13 including Guido Rodriguez and Areola, who we're trying to sell at the moment, right? So we've got Sungutu Magasa, Fernandez, Todibo, Hermanson, Diouf, Guillermo, Paqueta, Souček, Irving, Fulkrug, Somerville, Areola, Rodriguez. It's actually not a bad collection of talent, is it? I mean, it's not too bad at all. We just need some more. We need some strength in depth. I think our first team will now be, should be absolutely fine, but we need options. We need options. We don't want to, for instance, having an extra striker or something like that. It's got to be a good thing to do, isn't it? Right. Let's have a look. So I think as a squad, I was really worried at the start of the season when we looked at it and we were wondering about who was going to leave. We thought maybe Paqueta would go. Put that to bed, didn't he? We thought Fulkrug would be sold as well, and quite a few others. We knew that Kudus would go, obviously, because he was craving it. We kind of assumed that Alvarez would go as well. But I've got to say, in the last couple of days, those pair of midfielders, very, very good midfielders, by the way. Fernandez looks just quality, and I'm really excited about what I've read and what I've seen about Magasa as well. He could be a real wild card, that guy. If we can just get rid of the last couple of pieces of deadwood, I mean, really, I'm only focused on Guido Rodriguez. JWP's still got a job to do every now and then. He shouldn't be a first choice. Sure, he will be against certain teams, but there's nothing wrong with having him as a squad player. Definitely nothing wrong with having Souček as a tool that you can use. So how long we got now? Hour 35 minutes until the window closes. So let's do another little search. All right. See if there's any updates. I've got about 15 different sources here on the go, and it'd be like me to just miss one as it pops up. So ongoing negotiations to sign. Really? Okay, this could be a new one. Sky Sports reporting. Well, this is one that was mentioned to me this morning. Actually, I for some reason didn't get it on my list because it's a really reasonably priced one. And this is Joshua Kimmich, described as a beast. Once described as a beast, no longer a beast. Only once, right? Once described. Bayern Munich centre back. He. Hold on, let's find some details on him. Let me just do some digging. He's new to my list. I'll have to add him to my list. Kimmich, 5 million. Why is he so cheap? Maybe it's because he's no longer a beast. Maybe he was worth a lot more when he was a beast. Could have been that. Could have been that. So he's bloody hell. He's quite highly decorated, this guy. He's won a Champions League. He's won a big plate, whatever that is. 9 of them, actually. 9 big plates. 1 little goblet and 3 slightly bigger golden goblets. I don't know what they are. I'm sure it'd tell me. German Cup winner, 3 of them. UEFA Super Cup winner. That's the German champion. 9 German championships. Bloody hell, how old is he? 30. 30 years old. Defensive midfielder. Well, if he's the kind of, I mean, the big thing is, really value 45 million? No, it's not. It's not 45 million. This one's being reported as a possible 5 million deal. Is that an upfront payment on a loan or something? Maybe. God. Ongoing negotiations over as well. The one that I mentioned earlier, SC Braga defender Bright Ari and B. I'm butchering that name. I'm sorry. That was from Florian Plettenberg, apparently. It's unclear whether a move for Arian B will go. I'm going to frown. I'm going to make myself, shudder every time I say that. I've got to learn how to say it. This has got to be the wrong one, isn't it? I'm looking at the wrong geezer. It's Joshua Kimmich. I'm looking at his older brother or something. No, Joshua Kimmich. God knows. God knows. Anyway, let's have a look, see what else has come in. These things just slip in when you're not looking. Chelsea confirmed deadline deal after Leeds United flight cancelled and West Ham interest. Damn right. Yeah. Nobody wants to go Leeds. Right. West Ham table offer. This is just in. West Ham table offer to sign 17 million, apparently, to sign Ligue 1 star. So this is Charlie Cresswell. So apparently he put 17 million down on the table for him. It'll be 10 million plus 7 add-ons, it will. Yeah, so apparently has that been rejected? Hold on. It says an initial loan. Right, okay, initial loan. Right, okay. So West Ham bid for Cresswell, according to report by Sun journalist, option to make deal permanent for 13 million. However, League One rejected it. They need at least 17 million. At least 17 million. He joined from Leeds last year. So the fact is Leeds get a big chunk of whatever that is. We covered that before, didn't we? Been talking about him since like the first week of the window. I seem to remember. He was one of the original hit list. But yeah, it looks like we've bid low again, or we've tried to loan with obligation or loan with option or something like that. That's fine. However they get done, I don't care, as long as they get done. West Ham hijack. I love this talk of a hijack. I don't believe a bit of it, right? I don't believe a bit of it. We don't hijack shit. We don't hijack. Right. Okay. Let's have a look. There's been some really odd links today as well. Really odd people that I can't. It's like people are just putting random names out because I can't find any other source to confirm it. I wonder why as well. Hold on, this article contains West Ham. So you know how these articles are, right? They just go down and down and down. Oh, right. So it says, then the likes of West Ham or Leeds. I'll piss off. How does that, mentioning West Ham in an article, right? It's not actually about West Ham. Appear on. This is what hacks me off about news now, Really does. Really does. But anyway, let's not look at news now. Let's look at Sky Sports and the BBC and everything else. They seem to be a sort of source of truth, don't they? Meanwhile, while I'm doing that, let's have a look at some of your comments. So, there we go. You just come in, Bob. What's happened? Nothing. Other than we seem to be getting closer on 4 players. Seems to be Jaden Osterwald of Fenerbahce for around 20 million. Brighton Arian B, whose name I'm butchering, from Braga. Don't know how much that costs. Axel Dizazi, who's going to be a loan from Chelsea, and Charlie Cresswell. Charlie Cresswell, who, from the sound of it, just sounds like a loan. Still sounds like a loan. Cornet going back to Genoa. I don't think Cornet knows where he is at the moment. He's just a mystery to me. He's never there. He's never there. Even when he's there, I don't think they think he's there. Can't wait till Caduce meets the wall of players. If you imagine, you can become an instant cult hero for putting Caduce in row H. That'd be good. That would be good as well. Somerville turning Caduce inside out. Oh, be a thing of beauty. Ain't gonna fucking catch him, is he? If he gets a run on anyone, no one's catching him. He's a whippet. He done half shift. He's worried about losing some of his bloody pace. He ain't lost any of his pace. So yeah. Look, where were we? Let's go back to Sky before I was really interrupted. So that is the thing at the moment. I'm really excited about. I want to get at least a couple of players in. I think we definitely need a centre back, and that seems to be very clear from the people we're after. They're all centre backs, right? There is a centre mid. Hayden Hackney I ain't taking serious. So when you look at it, it is Osterwald centre back, Arian B centre back, Dizazi centre back, Cresswell centre back, Anana goalkeeper. We ain't getting him. Harwood Bellis centre back. This is the goalkeeper I reckon we got a chance of getting. Dominik Livakovic of Fenerbahce. Probably throw him in as part of the deal. Get a 2-for-1 offer. Striker, whoever that striker could be, I don't know. Someone said Rafiu Durasinmi. These names do my head in. There's only him and Victor Boniface I can find in terms of strikers linked to us today. I could be wrong, but we really need Guido to stop occupying room on our bench, don't we? Because there's always a danger he's going to end up on the pitch. And nobody wants to see that. I mean, James Ward-Prowse is one thing. I can tolerate him. I can't tolerate Guido Rodriguez. He's one of the worst signings I've ever made, that geezer. He's really awful. Igor Julio loan is materialising rapidly, apparently. So get in there. Completing on the in sheet is Igor. I'm going to keep track. Really professional. Igor Julio's loan. Must be a bargain coming from Brighton as well, isn't it? And also confirm that Aguero's gone. Thank God. That's good. And still in contention. Well, it says here we're now in contention again for Vieira at Arsenal. So we've got Dizazi, Vieira, and Arian B, whose name I can't get right. I'd love to be right, by the way. Bright Arian.
Hello, Gary.
Hello, Chris. Afternoon.
Hello,
nice to have someone to talk to. I mean, these lovely people in the chat.
Gary, I hope people appreciate this. I've rushed all my way down to the London Stadium. I'm literally just outside the players' entrance, just to see if there's any, incomings, outgoings.
You seen anyone, Chris? You seen anyone?
It's been a bit quiet so far. I've seen a cleaner come in and out, but that's about it, really. Yeah, I did wonder.
Can she play up front, Chris?
I did ask her.
Yeah.
Apparently, she's not bad at centre back, so it could be a possibility. You've heard it here first. You've heard it here first. How are you? You all right?
I'm all right. Yeah. So, just going through. I think we're getting a deal done for Igor Julio of Brighton on loan centre back. All right. I think we're getting Dizazi done from Chelsea.
Don't say that. Don't say that. I've been following the mate. You see where I am. I've got my finger on the pulse today, right?
Go on.
Dizazi, come on, mate. Dizazi. Chelsea fans nickname him Disaster for a reason. He's not.
See, that's just fucking. That is just taking the easy route, Chelsea fans, from Dizazi to Disaster. Come on, you got to put more imagination.
Hey,
into
mate,
it,
I'll tell you what. He's not. He's not been great for Chelsea. So he's played at centre half. He's played at right back. I don't think he's particularly effective on either position. Yeah. So. Would I be excited about him coming in? No, not really. But look, it's squad depth, isn't it? So I suppose that's one thing. But yeah, I can't say I'm excited about it. What other ones have you come up with? Because I've also been doing my due diligence. I've been speaking to my contacts just here,
All right. So yeah. I wonder if Dizazi played for Potter when he was there. Wonder. Well, the one that, where we apparently put a decent bid in for was Jaden Osterwald, 24-year-old of Fenerbahce.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's been
extraordinary
injured for a long
bids
time.
Submitted apparently, but that's been a while now, isn't it?
Do you know about this Jaden Osterwald?
You got some stuff for me?
Well, yeah. I mean, look, he's a highly rated player, but. And there is always a but. I say this all the time with transfers, right? Players we're linked with in particular. So he suffered like a pretty bad injury last season. He got an ACL tear that kept him out for pretty much the whole of the season, right? So at the moment, he's playing over at Fenerbahce. He was on the bench at the weekend. He did come on and made an appearance. Yeah, but I suppose you could arguably say he's playing second fiddle to Soyuncu right now. Soyuncu, if you remember, he's a centre half that was playing for Leicester that got them relegated. He was a disaster, a bit like Disasi. So I don't know. I mean, he's highly rated, but he's got a horrible injury track record. I think he was out for nearly the season. Season prior to that was like 6 games. Season prior to that was like another 6-7 games. So he's got a bit of a track record there. So put your money on him. He could be a real possibility coming to West Ham.
Well, it explains why potentially is available though.
He does.
Someone that's got such a good reputation. Don't like the sound of Disasi. No, nor do I. Not Chelsea fan.
I can see Martyn. I can see Martyn in the bottom here.
Off.
Let me have Martyn to the stage.
Martyn's here.
He's here as well. Oh, he's gone. He's back. There he is.
Hello, Martyn. How you doing?
Just enjoying the show in the background. Am I too late for the Chelsea chat? The Forest chat. Sorry.
I'll promote you up there.
Never too late for that, mate. I'll tell you, after that game yesterday, right? So I was so buzzing last night. I was running off adrenaline because I was so tired and everything else. I got a really good night's sleep last night. I did. I got like 7 hours, which is incredible for me. Nice. I don't. You know what I'm like, Gal. I don't go to bed till about 1:30 every night. But yeah, I woke up and I realised this morning I've got a real big ass bruise on my foot because when we were celebrating and it erupted. If you see that, if anyone in the chat hasn't seen it yet, and you look at the footage on TikTok or YouTube and you see how it went off with the away fans, it was honestly, mate. Because I think what it was is. That goal was so significant for us because we were getting to the 85th minute or whatever it was when we scored. Yeah. And it was like a relief, like a massive relief for every fan out there. It's like, oh my God. And it erupted. And honestly, I was all over the place. Some fella must have jumped on my foot or something. So I've got a bit of a bruise situation going on my foot right now. But I don't care. I'll take it because, mate, I'll take bruises all over my feet, back, arms, leg, everywhere for that result.
Take it on the chin, Chris. Take it on the chin.
I don't know about taking bruises on the chin, but I'll take it, mate. It was special. It was really special, Martyn.
So, latest update, right? Latest update, as far as I can see, is that Agueda's gone by good riddance, 17.5 million plus add-ons, so about 20 total. Igor Julio, centre back of Brighton, having initially been pictured on site at Crystal Palace. Same as Flynn Downs, like someone mentioned earlier. Igor is now en route to West Ham's training ground to finalise a season-long loan deal. Yay. So it could be another one.
Wow.
Palace were after him, weren't they? Palace were after him, weren't they?
Yeah, that's what I just said. He was pictured earlier on site at Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
Now he's heading to our training ground.
He played against us, Do you know
we fucking hijacked him. We hijacked him, Chris.
Do you know he's played against us before?
When?
He has.
He played against us in the final. He was playing for Fiorentina.
Oh, was he?
Yes. And then Brighton signed him. We were actually interested in him a little while ago as well, but we never really opted for that. Brighton signed him, and he's surplus to requirements at Brighton. So make
Has it been his dream to play for West Ham ever since experiencing what it was like in that stadium? The sheer the atmosphere and the passion.
He doesn't ever want to go back to potentially facing Jared Bowen again. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's the easiest way, isn't it? Get on his side. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I don't know about that one. I mean, honestly, like with him in particular, I don't know. There's not really been much noise on him in terms of how he's performed for Brighton over the course of the last season. Honestly, there hasn't. I don't think he's been standout. So I'm hoping that if he comes to West Ham, he's not expecting to be starting because I don't think he is a starter. I would assume that he would be probably someone who's going to be on the bench or someone that will be covering. He probably won't want to be thinking that way. What do you reckon, Martyn? I mean, I don't know a huge amount about him.
I think the previous Brighton manager bought him, didn't he? And then obviously he went, and so he hasn't fit in with the new manager. But I think if Palace's Glasner liked him, I think that's a good sign, isn't it? There must be something there. And he's left-footed as well, so that gives us 2 left-footers, 2 right-footers in defence. So there's sense in it, I suppose, when you look at it. We're desperate now, though, aren't we?
I think I've just figured out WHU saying. That's what you saying, isn't it? What you saying? That's not going to. That's going to be the easiest thing to do. Yeah. What you saying?
What you saying? What you saying? What you saying, Gal? What you saying?
What you saying? What you saying?
What you saying?
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that look, it'd be a good. I think he'd be a good signing. He does put his body on the line and all that kind of stuff. He did that in that sort of England young England team, didn't he? So he's an all action player. I think we'd like him, but I just wonder whether he's going to have a mistake in him. You know, probably. But they all have, haven't they? They all have. So
well, the Cresswell thing, I don't know what you've said on this because I've not seen what you said so far. You've been on for about half an hour, haven't you? What was your update that you had on him on Cresswell?
Well, Cresswell, it just says that we've put a bid in for 13 million that was rejected, and now we've put another bid in, which is rumored to be 17 million. But it's supposed to be a loan with obligation, so that must be must be the obligation fee that we're talking about.
Yeah. So from what I understand, it was. Yeah. So apparently we've put in a loan bid. Yeah, you're right, with a 13 million pound obligation. However, their team, they want 17 million up front. That's what they want. They want a 17 million fee rather than a loan. So the situation with Cresswell it's a bit of a kind of so it's one of those kind of like what you call like a ripple effect of players moving on, right? So you've got the situation with Mark Gahey over at Crystal Palace that if he leaves, then Crystal Palace are going to need to sign a centre half, right? So they are in the market for one, which does not surprise me when you talk about Igor potentially being linked with them, but equally Cresswell has also been linked with Palace as well. So that one could happen because, well, I think they ain't shy of actually spending a few quid, and they'll do that because if they get the money for Gahey, then I'm sure that they'll go out and spend 17 million. They won't flinch at paying 17 million. They're not going to faff around like we do. Oh, we'll have him on loan for a season and we'll give you they'll pay it. So that is a situation I understand with Cresswell. So that one's a little bit up in the air still. From what
do you reckon of this? The comment I just put up, which is around George Urphy could be sold.
Oh, surely not.
Don't know. I mean, I'd be interested to see where he'd be sold. I mean, that does speak volumes, in my opinion, right? Because I know a lot of West Ham fans go up in arms about this because we think our young players, they've got the potential to, be really good or whatever. But do you remember when we sold like Grady Diangana and he went off and he faded, didn't he? Right?
There's something special about selling somebody who's homemade under PSR rules or something like that. I can't remember exactly how it works, but you actually do quite well out of it under PSR rules.
It's like 100% profit, isn't it, against
something
the PSR?
like that, yeah. That's
wrong, isn't it? Why should we be looking to sell academy players as a profit? That's got to be changed, that rule.
Yeah.
The move
to Palace for Igor, what's his name? Julio, it fell apart because Mark Gahey's move to Liverpool fell apart.
Is that confirmed? Is it that he's not going to Liverpool then, Gahey?
Well, that's what I'm reading here. So yeah, maybe. So I mean, it's a tough one. No one likes to see the young kids go, but yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Our record in selling young kids has actually been pretty good. Pinocchio Romano, the lying git. Yeah, he's had to do an apology over and over again, hasn't he? Fucking Paqueta's got it in for him, and he not only did he do the celebration, which must have made him sweat. Romano, he's just worn the. You saw the picture of him wearing the West Ham training kit, getting on the plane to Brazil.
Yeah, quality, love it.
Superb.
Honestly, he's loving it. He's loving this, and do you know what? I mean, Romano's made himself look like a right tit, hasn't he? I mean, he really has.
Big time.
He's going to stop reporting on West Ham. He's got a few things wrong with us.
Yes, you're right. Yeah,
that "here we go" thing has lost so much credibility now. He said got it wrong so many times. He needs a kind of a tier above. Here we go.
Well, here we might go. Maybe would be the next one.
Yeah, here we might go.
Yeah,
he put something out. Here we go in brackets, subject to contract the other day.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous. Subject to clubs agreeing a fee and contracts. So, mate. I tell you, he also got another one badly wrong, and that was what's his face over at Forest, Morgan Gibbs-White going to Spurs. Like that one, from his perspective, was done and dusted. All the Spurs fans are pretty much celebrating. I think some Spurs fans got his name on the back of their shirts. That one didn't go too well either.
Do you remember our old mate Brobbery? Daylight Brobbery.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Who we were on the verge of signing in January. Yeah, he's going to Sunderland like everyone else. They wanted Agüed, and Agüed said, "Nah, I'm not going there. I'd rather go France than Sunderland." I went there a couple of weeks ago. Didn't like it.
Mate, I'll tell you what, Agüed, honestly, like that guy. I mean, there's ways of leaving a football club, and if it is, actually true that he basically says, "No, I'm refusing to play," or whatever it is. Then you know what, he can piss right off. That makes me feel sick. Makes me feel sick.
With that as well, if we've just sold Aguerd, why can't we just buy Creswell? This is
exactly. Well, look, the FIFA
Aguerd
is 18 million, right? That's what I understand. 18 million, and then you've got a couple of million in add-ons. So you're right. I mean, you're talking, just put the money down on Creswell, right? It's about a younger centre half, a geezer with a lot of potential. Just put it down because, Crystal Palace, they've got a knack of signing. This has happened to us on quite a few occasions where Palace have been linked with players. We've also been linked with players. You look at Eze, you look at Adam Walton, you look at their striker, I forget his name now. We were linked with all three of those players and they all went to Palace. They didn't come to West Ham. And I'm just worried that it could be the case with someone like Creswell because he's still young. What is he, 22? He's got so many years ahead of him. He's left of his career. I just worry that we're going to be missing out on a player that probably Palace could sell in a couple of years for, like, I don't know, 50 or 60 million pounds. I just hope we can go out and get him. I really do.
Got to blow monkeys on to us, for Christ's sake. Come on. We're miming. What song is it? We try and mime it for you, Glenn. Robbery's form was dropped off a cliff. Yeah. He's been rubbish since he nearly come to us, honestly. His form had already dropped off a cliff by the time we were going to buy him because he was great the season before, if you remember. Wasn't he? Do you remember?
Yeah.
He had injuries as well, though, didn't he? He was a bit of an injury-prone player, no?
2 or 3 ACLs, you know what I mean?
Well, it comes with the territory of every player that we sign. There's always something wrong, isn't there?
Would you risk Boniface if it was just a fucking, a cheap loan for a season with no strings attached?
It's not even a question for me, Gal. It's a big straight yes, mate. It's honestly, there's no question because he offers, competition. And as I said yesterday when we did our live, even if he was available for 15 games in a season, that's 15 more than having no one, So he's a monster, mate. I mean, I was looking at his record. So in 62 appearances for Leverkusen, he's got 32 goals, 12 assists. That's really good. I mean, that is really good.
Oh, really good. Different class. That's the reason AC Milan wanted him, right? That's why he had that medical that went all wrong.
Well, his record is up there with world-class strikers, Gal. Yes. You look at those stats. You look at those stats, and you look at the goal involvements that he has per game. That is right up there with some of the best. So, it just goes to show. And also, bearing in mind, he's had niggles. He's what it's like when you come back from injury, you play. You're not always at 100%.
Yeah.
So they're all taking and factoring all those things.
He's a player. Quinton Timber. What happens to him?
It's gone well quiet, that has today, isn't it? That's gone really quiet, really quiet. I think he scored, didn't he, at the weekend? So maybe it's a closed shop window for him now. Maybe he's just staying where he is. I don't know.
He's on fire, is he? He's on fire now.
Timber's
I want all their young players to have seen the first team, but do we all overrate youth, believing they're better than they are? Well, probably. In many cases, yes. You've got to look at the stats of how many young players actually make it from academies to become first team regulars. It's a tiny percentage.
That's a really fair point, actually, because we're all guilty of it at West Ham. We're like George Murphy and all these players. We're always like sort of really like kind of playing them up a bit. But I mean, look how many times we've done this over the years, Gary. How many young players that we've been talking up and thinking, they're going to make it. They're going to make it. How many actually have?
Oh no, not many.
2.
One thing is lower than average gamer. We only getting that Igor. Well, the thing is, a little while ago, 20 minutes ago, we weren't even getting him. So things are moving in the right direction. You know what I mean? He's a signing. He's what we need. He's a centre back cover, and he's a dominant kind of player. In the mould of Mavropanos. One day he'll probably be as good as Mavropanos, don't you reckon, Chris? Maybe one day if he works hard.
I don't think so. I don't think anyone's
never
going to
look
be as good as Mavropanos.
Never look
Mavropanos, I've decided, Gal, he's like the new Maldini, isn't he? So no one's going to compete with him. No one.
Very similar in many ways.
He was wonderful yesterday. What a player he was yesterday. Really, I think it's the best he's played for us.
Yeah. What do you reckon he's worth now? 35, 40 million, Martyn?
He's got to be.
You must remember this, right? It doesn't matter what he's worth now if we don't sell him because the bet's void, mate. It's only if we sell him. I said we're selling for less than. Well, the start of the season, he's worth less than 15 million.
Trouble is, he's an unsaleable asset, which you know what I mean. Doesn't matter the size of the offer. You don't let someone like that pivotal go, Chris. You just
priceless. It's just priceless.
Yeah, priceless.
Yeah.
So, have a look for some updates yourself because I'm looking around to see if I can find anything new.
Mate, I've got my finger on the pulse. I'm looking at stuff. I've got loads of things up here. I really have.
Go on then.
So I'm just looking at some.
You too, Martyn. You too, Martyn. Take it in turns.
Well, Martyn's down at Rush Green at the minute. I'm at the stadium. I think Claire's just mentioned to me that Igor is on his way from medical. So if we see someone walking in the background, then look, I'll keep the chat. Maybe keep your eyes out.
James Brown.
By this.
James Brown, come on, mate. Boniface.
So in terms of what you've been speaking about, Gal, you've spoken about Aguerd, you've spoken about Emerson leaving, right? He's gone for about £500,000. Andy Irvine. Apparently, he is actually going to be staying, but and here's the thing. Here's again another kind of turn of events that could happen here. Is that so? Apparently, with Andy Irvine, he hasn't agreed terms with Wrexham. He was quite keen on the move, but they couldn't basically agree salary, whatever. But Wrexham are letting go of Jordan James, who is one of their central midfielders, and he's going to Rent or maybe even Leicester, from what I've heard. If that's the case, that might up the ante a little bit in terms of their pursuit for Andy Irvine. So you might end up seeing him go. I don't think he will, by the way, but I'm just saying, you know how these things work out. If he goes, then they're going to be looking for someone else. Guido Rodriguez, Real Betis, Espanyol. I've got a feeling that I think he's going to stay. I don't think he's going to move now.
I do. I don't think we're going to find a buyer for him. I think it's ridiculous. He's one of the worst signings we've ever bloody made. Why could we not find a buyer for him? Are we just asking too much money? Just let him go. I'll drive it. You're free. Put him on a free.
I think it's his wages. He's still got wages left, doesn't he?
I would actually disagree, though, Gal, with you on that one, because if it's like, I'm not saying I want him to play and be starting games or anything like that, but he serves a purpose for certain games, right? If you're playing against the pacey midfield, then you do not play him. But there are certain games where potentially you can play him. Look, we saw him even when we say, for instance, which was probably one of his best games, actually, when we went to Man United away at the end of last season. And he was fantastic in that game, probably his best game he's had in the West Ham shirt. So my point being is, get rid of him for free or keep him on the bench as a backup. I'd rather have him on the bench as a squad player. Do you know what I mean? That's what I would rather have, because it's another body, isn't it? So that's my kind of outlook on him, but not to start games in a double pivot with James Ward-Prowse or whatever and Souček just in front of him. I don't want that. But if you're going to keep him, and I'm not against that. I'm really not.
I think Boniface has actually got a double pivot in each of his knees by the looks of it.
2 ACLs. I was just going to say, what do we think about Andy Irvine? Because I wouldn't let him go to Wrexham now.
Keep him.
Yeah.
I was taken in. I honestly, I was facing up to letting him go, but when I saw him play that first time volley over someone's head onto Paquet's foot, I thought, ooh, there's some Scottish talent inside that lad.
There is.
It's like the Scottish Perlo, weren't it? It was exceptional, that pass. Yeah.
He very rarely puts the foot wrong, but he very rarely gets involved in the attacking end of the pitch, from what I've seen, other than taking the odd set piece. And but he did get involved because he slotted into Fernandez's position, and he's done all right.
Yeah, I don't think he ever does anything wrong. He's a squad player you can bring on. He's going to be happy on the bench.
Yeah.
I think for what we're going to get for him and the wages he's on, we might as well keep him.
So let's go back to some of these links, Gal. Let's go back to some of these links, right? So he's obviously ruled out Guido Rodriguez. Areola, apparently Galatasaray could be a potential destination for him. That's likely, if it does happen, to be a loan deal. I think you mentioned Lewis Orford. Lewis Orford, didn't you? He's gone out to Stevenage on loan.
He's gone to Stevenage, yeah.
Yeah. Then we've got the Croatian goalkeeper, is it Livkovic from Fenerbahce again?
He looks quite good, actually.
So he'd be playing second fiddle, back up to Hermansen, Hans Hermansen. Who else?
He's got hands now.
I know, I'm joking, mate. He was
hands. Don't you have a go at Herman?
I saw the hands.
You
safe
saw
hands. Manuel Akanji from City. This is a funny old one, actually, because I think we were speaking about him last week, and I know Crystal Palace are after him.
Be money, though, wouldn't it, Chris?
Loan deal.
But wages would be money, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, it would be, but come on, mate. Look how much money we've saved so far out of all the players we've let go of. I mean,
30-year-old Man City centre back, though, Chris.
He's a good player, though. I think he's
It'd be £400,000 a week, wouldn't it? Easy. That's like cheap for them, isn't it?
£400,000 a week, mate.
It's on the breadline.
I'd rather have a Akanji over Axel Disaster. I'd much rather have a Akanji, without a doubt.
Yeah. I agree with that.
But you've got Palace.
Won more trophies with us than Arsenal. Yes. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, but going back to Akanji, you've got Palace, obviously West Ham, AC. So there's a few teams looking at him, and I think Pep's pretty much put it out there publicly that he's welcome to leave. Leave the club. Have you brought up Ari?
Yes. I've got
Harry.
Got Bright Harry and B. Yeah. Am I saying it right?
Harry.
Is it Harry and B?
I'm just calling him Harry, right?
Harry and B. Harry and
Harry
B.
and B. Is it a silent M? Harry B? I don't know.
It's MB, isn't it? It's MB. It's going to be. It's almost German, so it could be.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, you can't do that. There's no accent. There's no umlaut or accent or anything. I don't know how that works.
It doesn't matter if it's MB or B. I'm calling him Harry.
Harry B. Let's call him Harry B.
Harry at West Ham. Harry B. Harry B.
Yeah.
So what? Germany under 21 centre half. Apparently he was at West Ham before. He was on trial at West Ham about 4 years ago. Yeah, he played in a game.
Has he dreamt about West Ham ever since? Has he got a West Ham duvet and a West Ham lampshade?
He has. He's also got the little West Ham teddy bear by his bed, apparently.
Once you come here as a player, Chris, you never leave.
You never leave. Yeah. Unless you're naive for Gued. Unless you're naive for Gued, of course, then you can piss right off.
Fuck off. Yeah.
You mentioned Axel Disasi. Who else have you got? You spoke about Igor. You spoke about Oosterwolde from Fenerbahce. Injury. Yeah, injured.
Yeah, I didn't know that about the injury, but that makes more sense now because he's very highly rated. So I was wondering how we were.
I
think he had an ACL as well, didn't he?
What was that?
Did he have an ACL injury
That's
as well?
It. Well, the ACL kept him out for most of the season, Martyn.
It seems like we were linked with anyone who's had that.
Yeah.
It's the prerequisite, Every time we look for a player, we're like, right, what's your injury record? I've been out for a couple of years. Yeah. Right, you're in. But that's looking a bit of a possibility, that one. I'm just assuming here that he's I don't know, he did play at the weekend. He came on as a sub, didn't he? So he's obviously fit. Charlie Cresswell, we've mentioned him. Have you spoken about Taylor Harwood-Bellis by any chance?
I have.
See, I think that one has more legs in it than he's probably got more legs in it than some of the players that we're signing. Yeah, I do.
We've got an hour and 4 minutes to go. There ain't much left of this window now, right?
Yeah, I know this, but I'm just saying, I think when you look at the fact that, we've got good links with Southampton already. We've been giving them a lot of money. They love West Ham right now. On top of that, who's his agent? Will Salthouse.
Yeah.
I think there's a possibility with him. I do. I don't know. If I was to harbour a guess on this one, I would say Harwood-Bellis seems more likely than Charlie Cresswell right now. I'd like to think it'd be the opposite. But let's not forget, Harwood-Bellis also did get into the England squad last year, right? So he's not crap. He's a decent player, Gal. He is. But he was playing in a really shitty team. That's the problem, right? So people, and I hate it when people say, oh, yeah, but he got that team relegated, so he's crap, Or Hermanson got Leicester relegated because he's crap. And, it just so happens. I mean, fucking hell, mate. Look at West Ham when we got relegated. We had Joe Cole, we had Canute, we had Di Canio, we had Jermaine Buffon. Like, were they all rubbish? No, they weren't.
Right.
So
listen, right? This is the latest updates that I've got.
Oh, go on.
So, and this is quite promising, actually. We know about Aguerd already. I don't want to mention his name ever again. Right. First of all, as we know, Igor Julio, following a collapse move to Crystal Palace, West Ham, and now in advanced talks secured on a season-long loan. He's reportedly heading for a medical. Alex Disasi says West Ham have lodged a late deadline day attempt to sign, with negotiations still ongoing. That ain't changed. Bright Harry B. Reports suggest that West Ham are close to finalising a loan deal for the young centre-back, Bright Harry B. from Braga, in the final hours of the window. Guido Rodriguez, despite departures of other players such as Aguerd and Emerson, the 6.5 million deal is still unresolved. Fucking hell, they left the bad news till last on that one, didn't they? So it looks like we've got Julio, Disasi, and Mb. Harry Mb have got a chance of coming in. Aguerd out. Rodriguez potentially out, but probably not.
Interesting.
That's where we are at the moment. No update on Cresswell. No update on Vieira. Even though West Ham are keen on the move for the Portuguese midfielder, he's literally the only attacking midfielder we're even close to being linked to, which gives me a little bit of hope for the likes of Fioron. So I do think that if you drip feed these players in for a little bit of game time every now and then in amongst the senior team, rather than in a depleted squad like what Potts played in the other week, I think you're going to see a different player develop, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like you see when Somerville, I know he's not young, but he only come on for 10 minutes and changed the game. Someone like Phil Fearon would do that in a game. We need something a bit different.
He absolutely would. And also, don't forget, we've got Guilherme to come back as well. He's got a broken collarbone at the moment, but he always does something when he comes on. And he is genuinely even faster than Somerville. You imagine if you had both of them on the pitch at the same time. Imagine you played against a slow defence and you had those two tearing up. They could probably do figure eights around them and stuff like that and sort of come back, double back. You know, like you used to do at
Harlem
school.
Globetrotters.
Yeah, you know, like you used to do at school where you go past the keeper and you put the ball, you stop it on the line, you get down on your hands and knees and you head it over the line, right?
Yeah.
They could be doing that. They could be doing that. I want to see that.
I love your optimism, mate. But no, I agree. I think Fearon looks like a real player. You know, I think Jared Bowen said quite recently that he just nutmegs players training all the time. He's a very skillful player.
Yes,
and I think we saw that in these little cameos that he made over in the US.
You see a little clip where he nutmegged the youth in that under 23, and when he did it, the guy was mortified. The guy who's playing, he's gone, oh no!
Yeah, career destroyed in one hit. Yeah. Brilliant. I bet he was gutted that went on social media. It's like, why would you do that to me? Why are you going to stick that out there?
Come on, lot of iron. We've got loads of players on the way. Just now, I've got at least 3 coming in.
What about the Jacob Murphy link? That was a bit weird, wasn't it? Because I think that comes from X.
I mean, I think
loan. They signed him a few years ago. He's been out on loan several times. He's 30 years old. He's a right-sided player. It don't make any sense.
No, it is a bit strange.
Hey, Chris.
He's gone. He's had enough.
I don't know what happened there. Did you say something to upset him again, mine?
Sullivan's probably told him to leave that training ground. There ain't nothing going on here.
Can't stay in it. You can't film there, son. After Saturday, he just deserve filming. Yeah, of course he does.
Yeah.
These players have been bought in for Potter, aren't they? I think. Irving is better than JWP. Well, personal opinion is I would rather see Irving start games than JWP if it comes to that. You know what I mean? Potts and Skulls as well. What? No, they ain't going, are they? No.
Surely.
I think they're going to be right. The Alpine Messi that never went anywhere. I'm gutted about that. I really wanted the Alpine Messi, not because I thought he was any good. Just wanted the Alpine Messi.
Yeah, I think that was probably lined up just in case we didn't get Fernandez.
Yeah,
some sort of player.
We have got a number of players who could potentially do something good, and apparently we've got the right to bring back what's his name, who's gone on loan to Stevenage, Lewis Alford. We can bring him back halfway through in January if we want to. Not that we would. It depends, doesn't it? Fernandez.
He needs a season of men's football, I think, because he looks a little bit lightweight, doesn't he? I think he'll come back better for that. Yeah.
I just think there's so many possibilities. When you look at the amount of midfielders we've got, seriously, you know, you've got a couple that you don't want to see in Guido and JWP. Now that aside, Guido and JWP aside, you've actually got quite a
just
lot
managed
of
to
good
get
options.
myself on a pitch here, Gal. They asked me to move. So I just snuck in, and I've literally best place to be is on the pitch because you know they'll come up there, they'll be unveiled. Yeah. So just keep it down a little bit. I want to make sure that no one spots me here. I'm right in the tunnel now, mate. Right in the tunnel.
Have you seen Igor yet? Has he arrived?
No, I'm looking around. I'll get myself. Do you know? I'll get myself out into the into the medical room or whatever. You know.
Make sure you do. Yeah,
I will. Yeah, I'll check that out.
So I want to hear when that stethoscope goes on the chest on it. Is all you hear is West Ham through that stethoscope. Doc.
Yeah. All you'll hear is bubbles.
Surprised you're allowed in there because Sully ain't paid no rent for today. 2 weeks.
So what you're saying, I think as academy players are better and save us some money, and Potter could mould them into. Yeah, it depends if the raw material's there, clearly, doesn't it? But I think there is, all those. Skulls has already proven he's an okay Premier League player, even already. Alford probably will be, almost definitely. Urfi, who knows? Cummins, who knows? Kante actually looks pretty good from what I've seen, and Marshall definitely looks like he's got something about him.
Yeah.
It was annoying.
Fernandez
The Carabao Cup, if we didn't get knocked out of that, then they would have had a little bit of game time, but got no chance now, have they, till January?
No, not at all. Akanji is off to Inter Milan.
Is he? Really? Okay. All right. Well, let's rule that one out.
Hurry up, Harry. Come on. We're going down the pub.
I really want
Harry B.
Just for the name. I want Harry on the back of my shirt. I think it's just perfect. Harry. Love it.
Part of the Lingard deal. Is Lingard coming home again?
Lingard. Carlos Bacca. Apparently he's been linked again.
Part of the Bacca deal, yeah.
Yeah, that's there.
Part of the Good Johnson deal, isn't it?
Ida Good Johnson.
Yeah. I miss being linked to Ida Good Johnson, don't you?
No, I really don't, mate. I was so sick and tired of those links. It was just absolutely, and God, done my head in after a while. Really, really did.
Yeah.
The Carlos Bacca one was a joke.
Just said on Sky, Cresswell deal has been rejected. Yeah, that's what I said. 13 million been rejected. We're waiting for us to bid 17, apparently. Yeah. Igor having his medical in a laboratory, as all Igors do. Correct. To lose, don't want to sell. Do you like to lose, Chris?
Well, I don't like to lose, but I've experienced quite a lot of it, as we all have this season. So, or in last season as well. Yeah. So I'm literally, I'm scrolling and scrolling through all of my feeds at the moment while you're talking. So I'm not ignoring you or anything.
That's all right, Martin. Are we too heavy on top heavy on CDMs at the moment with no outgoings in that position? Are we? I don't think we are we?
No,
CDMs.
We've got Magassa, haven't we? And
yeah,
well, he's the only natural one, and Potts, obviously. Yeah, I thought we would have gone with another midfielder, taken a loan or something, because we only need a serious injury, and we're buggered, don't we?
Oh, big time, yeah. We definitely.
In what position are you talking about there, Martyn?
CDM. Just in CDM midfield, we have Rodriguez back there or something.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, Magassa, you got obviously. I mean, it depends how we play as well, doesn't it? Really, it does depend how we play. If you play the double pivot, you don't need to have a kind of an out-and-out CDM. You could have two players in there as well, I suppose. But yeah, I don't know. My kind of priority right now, as I said yesterday, Gal, I think for me is a striker and a centre half. Yes. You know, I would like to get another midfielder in, but if I was a gun to my head and they said, right, Chris, you can sign one more player for West Ham or two, then I would say striker and defence, or defence and striker and older.
You must have missed this reporter outside. Look, outside London Stadium, he's saying the Cresswell deal is dead in the water. Why haven't you heard, Chris?
Well, no, I did hear because he ain't here yet. Well, there's no one. I'm in the stadium now, Gal. I'm in the stadium, mate. I'm not outside. They kicked me out, so I, kind of managed to sneak my way in. So I don't know. I'll have to get myself back out there in a minute.
Liverpool have spent, if they were to sign Gay, which they're not going to, it would have spent almost $500 million. It's mad, isn't it?
$500 million.
$1 million.
No, come on, he ain't that good. I mean, he scored a good goal yesterday.
No, that ain't how much he costs. That's their total spending.
I was going to say 500 million for Gay. Jesus Christ.
They spent 120, 130 on what's his name from Newcastle, didn't they? 140.
Isaac.
They spent a lot of money. They spent a lot of money, haven't they?
Yeah, another Judas, just like Kudus.
Yeah. Liverpool didn't spend any money last year, though, did they? Slot came in and didn't buy anyone, really.
I think if we sign another couple of players, Raymondo, DiCaprio, I think the bubble machines are going to have to go back, mate. We can't afford them anymore. Can't afford them. True. Never going to fill those bubbles.
I'm just going to see if I can get out of the stadium. I'm going to see if I can work my way around, see if I can get,
just give all the stewards one of those little pots of bubbles, right? One of those little pots of.
It's not easy. It's not ezy being in the position I'm in right now because I'm literally exposed, right? Yeah. I mean, you walk out of that. It's a bit of a stupid place to put my desk up, So I'm going to go. I'll be back.
Yeah, exactly. Track it down, Chris.
I'll be back.
Would you take Sterling on loan? No, I fucking wouldn't. No. Sorry to put it so bluntly, to lot low, but that's the way I feel. I don't like him. Mind you, I didn't like Wilson either. Love him now.
Yeah, I feel like I've got to make an apology to Wilson because I was shocked. I think he changed the game as well yesterday.
He massively did. I mean, he creating those two chances. He looked like a man. You know what he feeds off, I reckon. I think he's one of these. Well, I think a lot of sportsmen are like this. When they see that the person on the pitch, or it can be any sport, right? Look at the person they're coming on to replace has had a fucking mare.
Yeah.
They feed off it and they want to go on and do something different. I think that's what he does, which is perfect, really, isn't it?
Just got myself in the medical room, mate. Keep it down. I know, mate.
You're doing.
There's no one here just at this moment in time. You don't get these updates anywhere, do you? Let's be honest. But I'm here. I'm waiting. All right. If you see any movement in the background, it could well be a hospital bed as well, actually, which could actually make sense if Boniface comes through the door, or or Oosterwald, one of the two. I don't know.
He'd come in on his crutches, Oosterwald, would he? One of his knees fucked. Walker Peters, lad.
So West Ham, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think at the moment it's his shirt. Right back, he's Walker Peters' shirt. You can't drop him after a performance like that.
Yeah, I agree. I think someone in the chat actually yesterday, they said something about it. They said, how can you drop him? That's the unacceptable hammer of the year. It's like, well, it's irrelevant about what people have done. It's about what they're doing, And if a player's on form and they're performing well, and he's obviously Walker Peters was exceptional yesterday. You're going to drop him, are you? You keep him in there. You keep him in there.
Matt, I don't see your point. Igor Julio as Brighton's 5th choice centre back. It'd be our 4th choice. Don't really matter, does it?
Do you reckon he's better than Mavropanos, Scout? Do you reckon he's better than Mavropanos?
Fuck off, he is. He dreams of being as good as Mavropanos one day. He's partly and Nesri. Why are we not being linked with El Nesri? We should end Nesri rather. We should have been. Everything was part of the Nesri deal at one point, wasn't it? Right.
He's playing for Fenerbahce as well, isn't he, at the moment?
Fenerbahce
have got some good players. I mean,
yeah.
I don't want to talk about Edson Alvarez because he's over there as well, isn't he?
I think they got monies, haven't they? You got the monies.
Yeah.
I am surprised there hasn't been a last-minute sort of loan type, like a Carlos Soler or something like that. Sullivan loves all that.
True, yeah. Well, we can do. There is a free agent thing. You can pick up a free agent, not a loan, but pick up a free agent at any time, apparently, as long as they haven't been signed for someone else in this year, this footballing year. Gary, is it pick on? Oh, don't give him ammunition.
What's happened? What did you say? You've been digging me out.
What
did you say?
I must have done.
You're a bully, mate. Yeah. Bully. I don't deserve this.
No. Would you sell Souček for Vieira? What, Patrick Vieira or Fabio Vieira? Yeah, 2 entirely different players, aren't
they? Yeah.
I don't know. Waiting for a GERD to FRO. Yes. Before read off.
Well, what does that mean? I'm still trying to get down with these acronyms.
Cockney. I know you don't, but I speak Cockney. You're from Chelsea.
What, Fro mean? Is that Cockney? That's not Cockney at all.
Whatever.
That's like down with the kids' acronym kind of thing that I don't understand in text.
I get it, Chris, because I'm down with the kids. You know what I mean?
In fairness, sometimes you do send messages in our WhatsApp group, and I'm like, what's he on about there with some of these acronyms?
I know, I'm just too bleeding edge for you, Chris. I'm too bleeding edge for you.
I think you've made it up. I have to go on Urban Dictionary to find out what it means.
Urban Dictionary.
Harry Redknapp would get you into the training ground. Yes, he will. He'd be outside now, Harry, leaning out of his window. Go and tell him. Get you in training ground.
I think there's
Victor
not much going on
Boniface
here.
signed for Werder Bremen. Bet he goes to Solly's next seat where he sits. What are you saying?
Huh?
I don't know.
Who's that director?
I don't know what that means. Bet he goes to Solly's seat near where he sits during games.
That's about you. That is about you,
Gary. I am down. I'm not far from him, actually. I'm about. I can see his little face from where I'm.
Spitting distance. Perfect spitting distance, Gary.
I've never spit. It's disgusing.
No. Talking to chairman, did you see the old Greek at Forest? He smashed his screen.
Going mental.
See it there? I see it earlier. He's smashed the screen in front of him.
I didn't see that. I saw him on the pitch again, but I saw him. He's massive, isn't he? I mean, this I'm sure he's angry, but this is not good for his health, is it? I mean, I think he needs to rethink about what he's doing here because, man, he's massive. Like he's a really, really big guy, isn't he?
Martyn O'Neill said when he joined when he was managing Forest, Martyn O'Neill, he said he was working for the Greek, and the Greek one day called him into his office, and it was Brian Clough's old office, and he said, I've never had good experiences in that office before. So it's not been a lucky office for me, he said. And he went along there, and basically him and his cohort he's got around him, one of them is an ex-swimming instructor and various other things, right? Top experts in football. Basically said to Martyn O'Neill, explained to him how they didn't like the way he was running the club and how they were going to let him go. Martyn O'Neill was like a bit disappointed, a bit pissed off, but nonetheless, he kind of went along with it. Shit happens in football. He's come outside the office, and one of the players come up to him and said, "Oh, boss, I'm sorry you're being replaced by so and so. They've already got the other fucking geezer coming in the front entrance." He's harsh existence.
Really harsh, mate. So harsh, so harsh.
I agree, David. I agree. Listen, is all a player can do is their best, and when their best is actually not bad, that's all right, isn't it? Yes. Last minute, Charlie Cresswell. Well, we've got 46 minutes of this window to go. 46 minutes. Come on, West Ham, for fuck's sake, sign someone.
It's going to be loans, isn't it? It's going to be loans.
Or Igor, Chris. What do you reckon?
Igor.
No, is it Eeyore or Igor?
Eeyore?
Eeyore or Igor?
But you can't be calling him a donkey already, mate.
I'm just repeating what Chris Tupper-Lundell said. You know,
that's out of order, man. That's out of order. He ain't put on a shirt yet. He's not even in this medical room with me.
Fans want to know it's Igor or Igor. It's Igor, definitely. Ain't Igor. That's a ridiculous thing to say.
It's Igor. Come on, let's show him a little bit of respect, man. Come on, he ain't even joined the club yet. And you're already
I know. Well, you've really written off the disaster, ain't you? Disaster. You've written him off, haven't you?
It's not just me. That's the overall consensus of what
you
people
can't
say about
use
him.
that as an excuse. That's what a battery, Chris. Right. So
I don't want him. Sorry.
Antonio's still a free agent. Yeah. Don't rule it out. He played for under 23s and didn't score the other day. Antonio coming back. Yeah. There's lots of Antonio stuff coming back. Martyn, you found anything yet? Anything new?
Not really. I see the Finley Herrick's gone on loan to Boreham Wood.
Yes.
The young goalkeeper.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've mentioned that already.
Yeah, he's gone. He's in league. He's playing National League alongside the other youngster who's in the National League, whose name escapes me. Hang on, it's Terry, isn't it? Someone Terry, Mason Terry, playing for Braintree.
Oh right.
So yeah. We were supposed to Finn Herrick, Lewis Alford went on loan to Stevenage. Junior Robinson went on loan to, I found out earlier, Livingston.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
We've signed that young French player as well.
I'll be back in a second, all right?
Have we? What young French player is that? Who's that?
The other one from Paris FC, Dimitri Colo.
Dimitri Colo. Ah.
That's on the official
site. That's where Chris was just a minute ago. Why didn't you mention it?
He just missed it, didn't he?
He must have been in the background, you know.
He's 19-year-old, arrives on a 4-year contract.
Palace are taking their sloppy seconds. Look, they've gone in for Dizazi.
Yeah, they're going to have to replace. What's his
So he must be going then. He must be going. What's his name?
Gay, yeah. Someone did text me just now saying it's fallen through, but I'm obviously not watching the.
Peter Odemwingie on standby in the car park, apparently.
Oh, that was classic.
Got myself on the private jet now. Not much action going on down here. Not much going on. But yeah, if anyone comes aboard, I'll let you know.
And by the way, in there. Has Tim still got a room in that jet?
No. Carl McCauley, he's outside on the runway at the moment trying to.
Carl McCauley don't use private jets. Who you fucking?
He's his football manager.
It's a big old coach, 1970s style.
By the way, I heard that comment just now. It's like, oh, Chris was outside. I wasn't at the training ground. I was at the ground. That picture of Dimitri Colo, he's one of the youngsters, so he's not one for the first team. He's one of the youngsters like a day or 2 days ago. I weren't there 2 days ago, Gal. So, you know, you're at the training ground, Martyn. You're not me. You're at the training ground.
That's 16 minutes ago, West Ham put that on the official site, so it must have been all officially done.
So
that's about as exciting as it gets at the moment.
It's scraping the barrel, isn't it? It's almost like, oh my God, we signed a player. Oh, it's
what about
under
BBC
18.
and Sky? Let's just have a look at that. BBC and Sky, see what they got to say. There must be someone there. Come on, get your wallet out, Sullivan. There's 42 minutes left. Sort it out.
Sullivan put an end to that jet taking off ages ago. He ain't got no chance.
He's got no petrol in it. He's got no.
Right, I'm going to get off this plane. There's no point in this. I'm going to get off it.
It's boring. That plane. Right.
He's getting about Chris, isn't he?
Colau. Yeah, he does get about. Any news on another midfield? I'm worried JWP start again. Well, the thing is, if he does, he does. But we'll have Magassa and we'll have Fernandez. Magnificent Fernandez. So I won't worry about it too much, to be honest. The trouble is with JWP is when you're dependent on JWP to set the tempo for the team, right? When you're not, it's not really that much of a problem. He does all right when he's got legs around him. That's not me saying he should start, by the way, because I'm definitely not saying that.
I got myself in the Sky Sports studio now. Managed to sneak in here, honestly. I got on the jet, flew to the studio.
Jim White there. Can you throw something at him?
Yeah, I was expecting you to be in there, not Jim White, but you're over. You must be at home. I don't know why.
It's mad, this guy. I'm just looking through the BBC headlines, see if there's anything that's Manuel Kanji on loan into Milan. Yep, got that. Harvey Elliott, Villa getting Harvey Elliott and Jordan Sancho. Harvey Elliott gone to bloody Villa. Yeah.
I know. Well, they need him after yesterday, don't they?
They do. They've lost Paqueta. Their dream. They've lost Paqueta. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate.
Funny how things work out, isn't it? Because we were saying, if Paqueta left, we should be happy with Harvey Elliott. Everyone was like, yeah. Well, we've kept him, and Villa have ended up with, it's funny how the transfer market works sometimes.
I'm not so happy with a perm look as well. I mean, he's got a perm, hasn't he? I'm not happy with that.
Who's got perm?
Harvey Elliott.
Harvey Elliott.
Perm, yeah. Proper perm.
It's like
Jason. There's no news on Chris's favourite player, the Alpine Messi. Chris is now in the Sky Sports studio, not in the cafe.
There's no one here. It's very quiet. Very quiet.
We've got 40 minutes to go. 40 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Not much battery life left in my camera. Beautiful thing.
I did read it's only the deal sheet that has to go in before 7. You've got up to 11 o'clock to register them. So
have you?
So we'll stand for another 5 hours.
Don't go to bed, anyone.
Yeah, don't go to bed, DG. I'm going to go and I'm going to go indoors and get a drink, right? I'm going to let you two talk for a minute.
You're going to go and get your monster, Gal, yeah? You're going to go and get your monster.
I've already got it, Chris. You underestimate me.
It's really unhealthy, that stuff, mate. Honestly, you got.
Chris, I hear you, Chris. I'm taking.
You're not hearing me.
Can you tell me some more facts?
I'll tell you another fact, right? So, I've not been drinking. I've not been drinking any kind of like fizzy drinks or anything like that at all since I was in hospital. Amazing. No, I've been drinking water and I've been drinking barley water. Carl, you can't see it. There you go.
Barley water.
Yes. My AI does suck, real Simpson. Yes, it does. Yeah. I'm not really here. If anyone was actually thought, well, I'm not actually doing it. But yeah, no, I'm trying to get myself a bit healthier. Believe it or not.
That's a good thing to do. That's what I'm doing. I'm back on the running tomorrow. I'm going to be running first thing in the morning.
Oh,
yeah, not running around. That's going to hurt. That's going to hurt. I tell you, it really is. But I think got to do it. You got to do it. But I've had a bit of a sort of. I got ill, didn't I? I got ill last time I was running. It's been like 2 weeks now since the last run, so I've got to go back to. Going to try and do the last run that I did. Yeah. So I shall be back in 5 minutes to close this window off for the last. What we got left? 37 minutes, 38 minutes.
Yeah, you go to the toilet, mate. Do what you need to do, and
this is when it's going to all happen.
Yeah. I'll come back with £5 lighter. £5 lighter.
Yeah. Yeah, this is true. Yeah, see you in a moga.
In a minute.
Yeah. So what do you reckon, Martyn? What do you reckon? Do you think we're going to get anyone or not? How do you see this playing out?
Oh, I think we would have heard about it now. There'd be something a bit more concrete. Saying that, the Fernandez one shocked us, didn't it? They had the medical the day before we knew anything. But...
Mate, I was going to say exactly the same thing, right? Yeah, I mean that one came out like a bolt out of the blue. I mean, there was loads of rumours, weren't there? There was loads of rumours for the best part of the last month, but it just happened. So I'm not ruling anything out, mate. So much can happen in 38 minutes, as it did yesterday for the final 10 minutes in the Forest game. So who knows? Who knows? But yeah, I think we will sign someone. I actually do, and I think if it's going to be that Igor bloke, then I'm all right with it. How do you feel about him as our potentially one and only signing at this moment in time?
I'm just pleased we've got one, to be fair, in defence, because we are thin on the ground now, aren't we? If you have an injury to Kilman or Mav, then we really would be in a strange position.
The way I look at it is this, So if we do bring in Igor, okay, I think, we would need another centre half, but don't forget, right? So we've got Mavropanos, we've got Kilman, we've still got Todibo, and also Magassa can also play at centre half as well. So it's not like we don't have options there. And actually, even not that this would be my favourite option, because he's not even playing in the positions that he should be. Well, not even playing games. He's Freddie Potts. He can also play at centre half as well if he had to, right? Not ideal, I know that's not ideal, but I'm just saying there does seem to be some form of coverage there if the worst happens. But I think my only kind of concern around this is that if you look at AFCON coming up as well, we've got players that won't be available, for West Ham come January. So I think we need to factor that in. We do, don't we? Because when does AFCON start?
It is January, isn't it? So...
Is it January? Yeah, but they go off before. Do they not go off? Well, if it's January, that's fine. But potentially you could sign players in January, but you'd rather get them in now, wouldn't you? You'd rather build your squad now, is what I'm saying. But I think if you look at AFCON, who do we lose? AWB. We lose Agued. Agued's gone. Yeah, Diouf. Yeah, exactly. Who else? There's another one as well, right? I'm missing. I think there's 3 players that we missed. No.
It was Agued, wasn't it? We don't have to worry about that now.
Oh well, fuck it. He's gone on red. Potts has gone on loan. Is this true? Is this actually true? Has Pottsy gone on loan? Check it out, Martyn. If Potsy's gone on loan, and I'll tell you what, if Pottsy has gone on loan, then I can only assume that we must have someone else coming in, because that would be stupid to let go of another midfielder, albeit one that doesn't really play much. We all wanted him to get first team action this season, didn't we? Are you hearing anything about this?
No, I'm not saying anything yet.
Where's this coming from, Jason? I just saw you. Has Potts gone on loan? Just read it in the comments. Who said Potts has gone on loan?
Does that come from X or something?
Who said Potts has gone? No, so is it Barks Hammer has said Potts on loan to Watford? Is that true? Is that actually true? Can anyone verify that? Because I've not heard that. No, Jason's saying George Earthy. See, I'm all right with George Earthy going on loan. Honestly, I know you really want to keep. I know I'm a big advocate of bringing young players through into the first team. I am definitely, right, of course I am. But I do wonder whether George Earthy is good enough. Got to be honest, mate. I do. I mean, he couldn't quite get into the Bristol City team last season, not at least until the tail end. I know he had an injury in between that period of time, but he wasn't exactly pulling up trees, was he? I think he'd done well for the remaining sort of 5-6 games, something like that. But I think actually him going on loan is not a bad thing at all. I'd like to see him have a full kind of season in the Championship, playing proper men's football, getting used to the physicality. Yeah. He's only a small lad. If he can go out there on loan or wherever it is, go to Watford on loan and get a lot of games, then I'm fine with that. Honestly, I'm fine with that. I would say that the caveat is that we have the opportunity to bring him back if we've got some kind of injury crisis. Then let's make it happen, you know?
Yeah, no, I agree. You've got to sum up. It's no good if he just plays a few minutes here and there for us, and then he's lost the whole season's football. At that stage of his career, he needs to be playing really and learning
exactly.
the game.
Here's my point, right? When we talk about youth players, like I alluded to earlier on, we've said it so many times in the past with West Ham players, we get so excited about, whether it's Earthy or whether it's Orford or whether it's Casey, whoever it is. For every Earthy, Orford and Casey, there's players that we've spoken about in years gone by, like they should be in the first team, and they never quite made it. It happens all the time. It does. So I think sometimes we need to kind of be a bit careful about, sort of elevating these guys a bit too soon, because actually, don't always think it's the best thing in the world. They need time out on loan. They need to prove themselves out on loan. And Earthy looks promising, but I'm more interested in Orford. I think Orford's a player for me. I think he's the player that I think potentially could make it at West Ham. I know he's only going, is it to Stevenage? He's going Stevenage on loan, no?
Was it Stevenage?
It might be. I can't.
Like that,
yeah, I know. Look, I know, but I would like to see Orford be getting like League One / Championship game time. That's when he's really, really going to kind of see whether or not he's got the, he's at the levels that he's required to kind of be a Premier League player, basically.
Didn't he? But because we weren't sure whether we was going to let him go, then them offers have gone now. So he only had a.
But that's mental, though. There's got to be teams in the Championship. There's got to be teams in the Championship that, yeah, we'll take him. We'll take him on loan. I don't buy that. That doesn't make sense to me, because how is it that suddenly no Championship teams want him, but he ends up at Stevenage? I don't even know what league does Stevenage play in anyway. I don't even know.
No, I don't know. Let's have a look.
Yeah. Yeah, Jason, let me just go through some of these comments here while you're looking, right? So Callum Marshall be a third choice striker. Well, I think he has to be, right, by default. He has to be. We don't really have anyone else, do we? I was thinking about this earlier on, because if we don't sign a striker, and let's say we have a bit of an injury crisis, let's say Callum Wilson gets injured, which is probably inevitable at some stage. Let's say Fulkrug also gets injured as well. What do we have left? Well, we've got Callum Marshall, and potentially we can play Jared Bowen up front. That's it. That is literally it. And when I was thinking about that, it really kind of think, well, you know what? We actually really do kind of need to bring in a striker, because we're essentially relying on 2 aging strikers at the moment, aren't we? That's what we're relying upon. Yeah. So for me, that's got to be a priority. It's got to be a priority in this window now. It has to be. I'll say this window in the next half an hour.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
By the way, Jacob Steinberg has said we're in advanced talks with Dizazi, as well as Igor. What's his name?
I wonder if he's getting them both.
Let me ask you a question, both of you, right? Let's say, and I asked you this question yesterday, Gail. I said, right, let's say we can sign 2 players, okay? Yeah. And we both agreed that we'd say a centre-half and a striker. Yep. Right, we come into 30 minutes now. We haven't officially signed anyone just yet. If we've got one player that we can sign in one position, what would your preference be?
Centre-back. We've got to get a centre-back, because we've got no centre-back coverage as far as I'm concerned, because I don't think Tadebo. I think we're going to end up selling or loaning Tadebo in January, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, but... Well, not a striker. Bearing in mind, we've got 2 32-year-old, a 33-year-old. You know what I'm saying is, I know you're saying, yeah, of course, I know we agree that we want to sign a striker, but you're saying it's more of a priority to get centre half in than a striker if we only sign one player.
Yeah, because we really need cover, and our defence has been fucking awful. I mean, we've let go of Aguerd. That leaves us with one spare defender in Tadebo.
Well, it doesn't. It doesn't actually. Just to correct you there. Well, because you've got Magasso, as someone as Mats has pointed out.
You don't want to ruin your midfield.
But he's proven to be really effective at centre half, Gal. This is not like a new position for him.
Yeah, but then you lose him out of midfield. You lose him out of midfield, don't you?
Well, but we're not even playing him in midfield yet, Gal, is my point, right? We've still got enough. Well, no, not necessarily. We don't actually know yet. But what I'm saying is that he's a versatile player. He's a utility player. He can play in a holding role in a defensive midfield role, or he can play at centre back. You know, in addition to that, and this is not my preference, and I'll say this to Martyn just now, even Freddie Potts can play centre half. I know that's not his role. I get it. But what I'm saying is, if you've got an absolute disaster there, which we might do, by the way, if we sign Dizazi. But if we have got a disaster, you know, there are some options. For me, like I'm looking at age. I'm looking at injury records. And if you look at the centre halves we have right now, they are less injury prone than the strikers that we have in Fulkrug and Callum Wilson. Do you see what I mean? So that's why, for me, I would, if I had a choice right now and said, right, you can sign one player, Chris, you can sign a striker, you can sign a centre back, I might well be inclined to say striker. Honestly, I might be. If it's someone who's like fast, something different to what we have at the moment, you know, someone who's a bit nippy, can get in behind, someone like that, I'd be really interested. Someone like, and I fucking hate saying this geezer's name because it sounds like I'm being racist. Is it Jew? If we sign Jew,
Jew.
Yeah, if we. Yeah, Jew. Okay.
I'd quite like him. I'd quite like him. Yeah, for sure. Honestly, yes, of course, I'd like another striker because I think you need 4 anyway, right? You know, because they always get injured, strikers, don't they? They get kicked all the time, and also they're especially Wilson susceptible to a hamstring, so only needs a bad warm up and it pops again. George Murphy has decided to turn down a number of championship clubs and fight for his place at West Ham. Well, that is his prerogative. So, yes.
Well, I admire that. I do admire that if that's the case. Yeah, I like it. He obviously thinks he's good enough. I mean,
Chris, and he's being anti-Semitic again. That's absolutely right.
Get that down, man. Get that down. Get that down.
Yeah, I know. I shouldn't do that. But no, DJU.
Let's start with Wilson, do you think?
Wilson, what, the next game?
Yeah,
against Spurs.
I think so. I think probably, yeah. But who knows? Because Wilson, the agreement might be that he plays from the bench.
Yeah.
You know, to preserve his legs. Because when he started games for Newcastle last year, he weren't good, right? I mean, you've got to see it for what it is, really. You know, he came on from the bench when they were feeling a little bit tired. He's just had a mare, Fulkrug. He ain't like he's replacing a player who's played really, really well, right? So his spirits were up, weren't they? You know, sometimes you feel good about something, don't you? Yeah. Sometimes I suppose a striker, they'll look at a pair of centre backs and really fancy it, won't they? And he clearly fancied that.
I just think the Tottenham lineup will be interesting because you don't normally change a winning team, but it wasn't the starting 11 that won it, was it?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't, but and that was the very first experiment with that formation, and then you're going to throw probably Magassa into the next one as well, right? So, Chris is down the bottom now. You gone back outside?
I did. There was not much happening where I was, so I thought I'll switch.
No sign of Igor yet.
No, nothing, mate. That's the thing. I thought he'd be walking through that door. It's nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Has Potts gone to Watford? We don't know.
No, he hasn't. I've been looking it up. He hasn't gone to Watford. Okay. I don't know where that one comes from. I don't know where that came from.
I think it's good to see a player, fight for his place. Earthly.
Yeah, it's a shame he was injured in pre-season, really. We would have seen him, wouldn't we, on them tours?
Yeah. This is what I think. I think he's going to look brilliant for 20, 30 minutes, Wilson. I think starting him's a bit of a problem. You know that... Fulkrug, I was disappointed with the way he played the other day, but then again, I've been quite appreciative of his contributions in pre-season and everything else. He's looked pretty good, hasn't he? But he was playing as part of a front two, and that was the first time we put him up in a one. And it's just like you're wondering whether he's got it or not to do that, because he's not physical, is he?
No, and there was times when we just needed him to press for us, and he was just strolling about. That was making it so hard for us in the first half.
I'm sure he will be disappointed. You know, he's a critic of team performance. I'm sure he's his own biggest critic as well, right? Apparently, everywhere he's played, the fans have loved him, right? And he was, for a time, he still is kind of turning into a bit of a cult hero for us, because people love it when they show a bit of passion, don't they, the players? And he definitely did with what he said. He took a big risk there, really, didn't he?
Who are you talking about? Sorry, Gav, who are you talking about?
Fulkrug. When he came out and had a pop at the players around him, I thought it was a big risk to take when you're new to a club and you've barely played.
Yeah. No,
that
it
was like
did.
a turning point.
I admire it, to be honest with you. I do. I don't think there's enough of that.
Too.
And maybe publicly saying it is not necessarily the right thing to do. But
no,
mate, I tell you what, back in the day, that was quite normal. You know, if you go back into the 90s and stuff like that, when before social media and all this crap, I think players would call out other players, call out the performance, whatever. So I don't think there's anything wrong in that. I actually think it's a good thing because it's just saying what we all know. It doesn't necessarily mean to say there's a problem at the club. It just might mean that our tactics were wrong that day. We just didn't do, we just didn't play right. Whatever it is, I don't mind that. I like it. I actually do quite like it. I don't think it disrupts things. Maybe some of the players might have been a bit pissed off about it, but I think even he said afterwards, like he spoke to players and it's like, do you know what? Sometimes these things do need to be called out.
Spirum, the paperwork has to be submitted by 7 p.m. It can be completed by 11 p.m. So it ain't like there are deals that are going to happen that we won't hear about before 7. Right? 25 minutes to go.
What's going on with Josh Brownhill, by the way? Because he was supposed to go to Leicester, weren't he?
He's definitely coming to us. He's definitely coming.
Is he going to be the last minute deal? Because he's turned down a big move to Leicester.
Oh, is he?
A big move to Leicester.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Is he a free agent though?
Yeah, he ain't got.
Yeah, so that they'll wait, wouldn't they? If we're getting him, they'll turn up sort of next week.
I'll keep my eyes open.
Right, so
you have to stay there, Chris.
I'm asleep here tonight.
German and Portuguese reports say West Ham are trying to finalise a loan deal for Ari and B. Right, Ari and B.
Okay.
Ari B. Going to learn how to say his name as well. Really will.
I told you it's Ari. You've already got it, mate.
Ari. We read that on the wing. Apparently, I used to sing Marseille. So this is Emerson. Yes, Marseille. I've been busy with Marseille, haven't we? We do a fair bit of business with them. Right. There's
a lot of people. Dare I say it, kind of laughing at this fucking Igor deal, saying you're very welcome to him. He's not
really.
Don't know what to say about that. Maxwell Cornet has moved, apparently. He's gone back to Genoa. Done.
Oh, how are we going to survive without Maxwell Cornet's contribution? I don't quite know. Potter must be choked.
Oh, another great signing that was.
Fucking
unbelievable.
Brilliant, that was.
I actually don't think he was that bad a player. Because, like football for me is all about moments. And do you remember when he scored against Chelsea and he got disallowed? I have wondered in the past, would that have been a bit of a turning point for him? Because let's not forget when he was at Burnley for that season, he was electric. He was their best player. He was. Yeah. He's not an awful. So I'm surprised that he ended up so crap at West Ham, in truth. I am. I thought he'd be a lot better than that. I did.
I wasn't criticising the player. It's just that the deal was a disaster for us again, wasn't it? The times that's happened for West Ham.
Yeah, no, it definitely was.
Can Somerville play striker? I don't know. I doubt it. I doubt if he's got the physicality to do it. But what he could do is play on the shoulder of the last defender, exactly like Caduce did for a while, if we play counter-attacking football. Because if he gets a run on someone, they ain't catching him, are they? Fucking gone, isn't he?
Yeah.
Just a blur in the rearview mirror.
If you played Somerville up with someone, big and physical, then that could work. The old little and large partnerships, it doesn't really happen nowadays, to be fair, does it? That's that style of football, but it would be a nightmare, wouldn't he, for defenders, because he's so small and nimble. He'd just get through you, wouldn't he?
Southampton, who voted Fernandes their player of the year by such a large margin, was saying he was shit yesterday. Yeah, look, he's had a shit start to the season, but he wanted to move, didn't he? He didn't want to play in the Championship.
But come on, but the thing is though, Claire, I mean, Fernandes was playing. Yeah, he ain't shit, and he was playing for Southampton. Igor's not. Maybe there's a reason why he hasn't been playing.
Yes. Who's Igor's agent? I don't know. What are you trying to say? Am I supposed to re-saying it? That it's bound to be Salthouse, or it could be Silkman. Ten Hag, who's now known as 8 Hag. He's lost 2 of his Hags. Keeps getting sacked
after 2 games.
I tell you what, this Igor deal's happening, mate. It's moving quick. It is.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
I think that is the one. That is the one.
Brownhill, don't forget, is a free agent that he can sign after the window closes.
Yeah,
he's coming. He's coming home. You know he is. He is. Have we signed anyone today officially? No, we've almost signed 2 though. It looks like 2 deals are going to get done because another 21 minutes to figure out exactly the lay of the land before we know which deals are going through to the paperwork stage. Korean international incoming. Mikoksa Blota. It's childish, but you know.
Some of the names we've been linked to this season, that might be true.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. Just stumbled across his channel. It's Martyn from Talking Hammers and Gary Fulmer. Yeah, it is. Goodness me, what a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, hello, mate.
Hello. It's not worth it. Yeah, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
I worked it out.
They're getting clever with these names, aren't they?
Peter Toms, we tried. Incoming. Yes.
No, I don't think it's to be we tried. I think we're just going to sign. We're going to sign. We're going to sign one, maybe even two. That's what I'm
yeah, we're going to get a couple
at this moment.
2, maybe 3, even. I reckon we can end up with
3
of those. Yeah,
3 in 20 minutes.
Yeah, and then we'll sign Brownhill, so it'll be 4, right? Because we'll need midfield cover, won't we? So it'll be Igor Julio, Bright Ari and B. And the other geezer, Alex Disazi. I bet he's not a disaster. I bet he's great, like Mavropanos. Because don't forget, people call him Mavropanos a disaster. How wrong they were.
Gary, come on, mate. Right, look, let's not get too excited. No. For fuck's sake, mate. Look, he done well yesterday. You know,
he was magnificent yesterday.
Yeah, he was magnificent. Right? Yeah, I know. But come on. How many goals was he responsible for last season?
That is his second good game ever. Yeah, don't forget that magnificent game he had alongside what's his name at Arsenal.
Yes, I know when he scored.
Bonner,
I know
when he scored, leapt like a big, beautiful salmon.
Can we stop using the word? Or not we? Can you stop using the word magnificent? Just stop using I hate it. Magnificent
is an underused word, Chris. An underused word.
It's overused on this channel, mate.
It needs to come back. What does that say? Brownhill has to be the most underwhelming potential. He's actually an all right player, you know. As a squad cover, he'd be fine. Won't want him to be the primary buy. But our midfield is looking pretty packed already, so I wouldn't say no to him now, to be honest. There's a surplus one. I wouldn't be disappointed, put it like that. What's happening with Cresswell? Nothing at all. They turned down our kind offer. And also, have we really let Potts go on loan again? Well, looks that way. Maybe Watford. Maybe not.
I can't understand, and this really is going to annoy me actually. Particularly if another team comes in for him, or if he ends up being, a very, very good player. He's Charlie Cresswell for 17 million. The fact that we're saying, it is 13 million, or we want 17 million. Oh, we'll give you 13 million then. No, we'll take. Don't you know what? We'll take him on loan for the season, and then we'll give you 13 million. Yeah. Just pay the money. We're letting go of Aguerd for goodness sake, right? We're getting the exact amount in. In fact, we'll be $1 million in profit, right? Because Aguerd's going for 18. So just hang on, get rid of him and bring him in.
Hang on, though. Let's add up what we've sold, right? I mean, let's assume how much is Emerson going for? Any idea?
$500,000 apparently.
Really?
All right, rise to $1 million with add-ons.
So that's nothing then, yeah.
Mate, I mean, look, I think it's a cracking deal for Marseille. That is a cracking deal. £500,000. Wow, yeah.
That saves us £4 million in wages, though. That's why they want rid of him.
Let's look at what we bought in, though. We bought 55 million for Kudus, 20 million eventually for Aguerd, and 22 million eventually for Alvarez. But really, that's loan with an option, I think. So it's only really 75 million guaranteed.
I thought that was an obligation with.
Is it an obligation?
I thought it was. Is it mine? I don't know. You're good at these things. Is it an obligation with Alvarez?
Think, it is an obligation. I think. But he played for him last night, didn't he? And he was terrible.
Was he? Yeah. Such a shame that is. But they did win 3-1 though, didn't they? I know that.
Yeah, I'll see some clips of him constantly giving the ball away, getting beaten to it.
About a character, Martyn. Has he had a fight with a manager yet? That's the important thing.
That's Callum. He got one of that at the moment.
That's the best thing about him. He has a good fight with a manager, doesn't he?
I mean, I'm really gutted for him, to be honest with you. I'm devastated for him. What a shame.
Look, 97 million we would have taken in with 22 for Alvarez, 55 for Kudus, 20 for what's his name, Aguerd. And then we've spent, including Todibo at 35 million, we would have spent 131 million. so far.
So
we've spent more than what we've taken in, but barely, right? We've spent, if you take we must have already accounted for that bloody, the money. We've spent 96 million, and we've bought in 97 million.
But that's not much, though, Gary. If you look at all the other teams in the Premier League that's spending, I mean, they're spending a lot more.
No, I agree. It's literally it's sold to buy. It's a sell to buy window. Yeah.
It's worse than that, because he's sold Aguerd and now he's going, well, we can't really afford 15 million for Cresswell.
Well, this is why Sullivan was so desperate to sell Paqueta, mate, right? He wanted to get that money in, didn't he?
Yeah.
But make another we'll sign Josh Brown in and we'll get rid of Paqueta or whatever it was, right?
If you take Todibo out of the picture, we have paid 96 million out and we've bought in 97 million. So we've made a gain of 1 million, and we've taken a load of wages off the books as well.
And we've also had a loan as well, Gal. And we've also loaned money, and we've also fucking sold a stake in the women's football team, whatever that's.
We've loaned. Yeah, there's something up here, right? I mean, there's something up here. We've loaned loads of players out. Yeah, I mean, there's quite a few, right? I mean, the active ongoing ones that we've got are. Who is it? Who have we got actually on loan? Bloody hell, what's going on here? So we're trying to loan Areola out and Rodriguez. That's neither of them are going to happen. We've loaned Orford, Finn Herrick, Junior Robinson, Edson Alvarez, Sol Caduce, who else? Emerson sold for nothing by the sound of it. Ings. All these players that came off the wage bill, like Zuma and everybody else. Bloody loads of them. Absolutely loads of them.
High earners, mate, as well.
Really high earners, yeah.
Yeah, they were.
Oh, here we go. We've got Keelan Casey on loan, Alvarez on loan, Orford and Cornet. And we're trying to get another 2 out on loan as well, right? So I always thought there was a separate loan window, but there ain't.
Yeah, I thought there was. I was checking it this morning, though. There's not.
Not anymore. I think there was once, but there ain't now. So we got, 11 minutes to go? No, 14 minutes to go.
It's a bit concerning. Guys.
This is turning into a very exciting transfer window, isn't it, Chris? Martyn? Very exciting.
I must admit, I was expecting these last 2 hours to be full of signings.
Why?
You word. Come on now.
What
planet you living on?
Honestly, it's always exciting as a West Ham fan, this transfer deadline day, isn't it? It's like you expect the window to slam shut at 7 and, we're still trying to keep the door open with our fingertips, trying to prise the door open, get those last few deals across the line. But no, we're not. This is don't go to bed, DG, all over again, isn't it?
Well, to be fair,
it's as if he was still alive, isn't
anyway.
it? Maybe he's still alive. Right. Okay. 350 people watching. Thank you all for joining, by the way. We're coming up to the countdown. We're nearly at 10 minutes until this window that's been going on forever comes to an end. Martyn's been making daily videos on Talking Hammers like every day in your mind.
I've been trying my best, but none of it's
you can
coming
have
to
holiday
anything.
None of it's true. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I'm surprised that even the players going, like Rodriguez and Irving, it's mad, isn't it? Nothing seems to be happening at all.
Irving ain't going. He's not going to go. He's not going to go. I mean, Rodriguez, I don't think he's going to go either. I actually was thinking that yesterday, to be honest. I just didn't think he was going to leave. And I'm a little bit pissed, actually, to be honest with you. If it's Igor coming in, the only bloke that we're bringing in, the geezer that basically
we're bringing in 2 loans,
Bowen mugged off in the final,
and
he can't even get into Brighton's first team. Well, I'm not overwhelmed by that. I'm not.
We've actually spent, you've got to come to a conclusion. At 7 o'clock, you've got to come to a conclusion. Has the manager been backed or not? Right?
Well, we can discuss that. We can discuss that in 11 minutes.
Let's discuss it as the news comes in this last 10 minutes, because I want to read out to you what our squad consists of before we bring in any new players, right? This is our first team squad. Magassa, Fernandez, Todibo, Manson, Wilson, Walker-Peters, Diouf, Fodringham, Ward-Prowse, Guillaume, Paqueta, Souček, Kilman, Wan-Bissaka, Irving, Fulkrug, Bowen, Somerville, Areola, Rodriguez, Skulls. And then we've got a few under 23s who'll be registered, but not in the first, not counted as a 25. So that's Cummins, Freddie Potts, George Earthy, Callum Marshall, and then you got 4 that have gone out on loan in Casey, Alvarez, Alford, and Cornet. Now, to me, that ain't enough, right? You've got 17. You got 8 homegrown players in there in that first 25. You've got 11 non-homegrown players. Sorry, 13 non-homegrown players because obviously Ariola and Rodriguez ain't going anywhere. So you got a total of 21 players in total, but that includes Ariola, 21 players including Ariola, Fodringham, Rodriguez. So that's like, 18 players really, isn't it? 18 players that are usable in the first team, really.
Yeah.
Ain't many, is it?
Debatable as well. Some of them we wanted out of the club. That's the worrying thing.
That's right. JWP's in there as well, so that'd be 17, right? You could add Irvin as a squad player. That'd be 16. So you got just outside of a first team of a first 11, haven't you? And a bench.
Yeah. I think first 11, but you need more than that in the Premier League.
I think the first 11's looking all right, to be honest.
People, yeah. I'll be back in a second, all right?
Zero depth in this squad, though, Martyn. Zero depth.
Yeah.
If something goes wrong, which it will at some point, it's bound to.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got nowhere to go, have we?
No. Especially if we don't even get this. I think we get this defender in, but that worries me, the defence.
Big time. So we got, to recap, let's get a current update. See if anything's changed in the last 5 minutes since I checked last. I don't think it has, by the way. It looks like, right, let's just do that. So just want something to pop up that we haven't seen so far. And it just don't seem to be happening. Let's have a look at news now as well while I'm at it.
I've got the Sky Sports up and they've put a list. This is what they expect to be announced in the last 10 minutes. And it has got Igor on it.
Yeah, Igor is Igor. You going Igor?
Igor. Sounds like a warrior.
Yeah.
I don't know. Brazilian, isn't he?
Yeah, he's definitely coming, isn't he? He's definitely coming. That one's going to be done.
Yeah.
Also, Dizazi sounds possible. I wonder if we're going for 1 or 2 and Dizazi's just a fullback. Because Steinberg said that we're going to get, he said, alongside Igor.
Yeah.
There's a good chance that a £50 million player could join West Ham or Palace before 7 o'clock. Do they know the time? It's fucking 8 minutes to go. Yeah.
They're probably Chelsea's demands on the wages.
Oh, here we go. This £50 million player. They're talking about Raheem Sterling. Yeah, no, £50 million player now.
No way.
Was he 30-year-old?
No.
I suppose. Again, look, I'm completely against that. But honestly, we just need players. When you listen to those numbers, really 18 or even 16. What I'd consider to be usable players, that ain't good for a Premier League side.
No, I'm really surprised there's not been some loans last minute, unless we haven't heard of them. But that's normally what he does.
He does, yeah. But the loans are just is all we've been talking about tonight, right? They are loans. There was the rumor that we put the bid in for that the German kid. Hold on, where's my spreadsheet gone? Where is it? So we've heard nothing about Livakovic or Harwood Bellis or Anana or Cresswell or Boniface or Oosterwolde. We are still optimistic about Ari, Dizazi and Julio. In summary, there was no more mentions of Fabio Vieira because I thought the deal to Hamburg had already been done. But when you look at the signings, if you can add a couple to it, it's actually not a bad. I mean, it just shows you when you look at the amount of players we've got, what a fucking terrible squad we had, and what a big rebuilding job it was, and probably still is.
This could have been worse, by the way, if we didn't get Fernandes.
Oh, Fernandes was so important, and also Magassa, right? Because you don't want to have, both of those players will have pace. And they're built for pressing and stuff like that. What the worst thing you want to do, and then you've got what feels like a new signing in Somerville, because you just never thought the geezer was going to come back, did you? It's another injection of pace. And then you'll have Guilherme with another injection of pace. So when you've got a fully fit squad, it's got a first 11 with a few options on the bench that actually look all right. But
yeah, it's decent.
Yeah, but there are going to be injuries. We're not at winter yet.
Yeah,
that's when it happens, isn't it?
Both the strikers are injury prone. So that's going to cause a problem straight away.
Big time. Big time. Injuries, suspensions, all that stuff.
And then you'll probably see Bowen moved into the middle and Somerville and maybe
it was confirmed
out on the right.
Yeah, it was confirmed earlier. Dimitri Kolo has joined us for the academy. Really, 5 minutes left. Yeah, Boniface to Werder Bremen. Yep. Sterling for depth. Yeah, I mean, when you look at the numbers, I'm inclined to agree. To be honest, I'll take back everything I said about him. The cheating little kit. You know,
it depends what the deal. If it's a really decent deal for us, then you'd take it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, of course you would. Of course you would. If we're talking to Chelsea, you might get a 2-for-1 deal. You know what I mean?
They might become desperate in this last bit. You never know what's going on behind the scenes. I know no one's reporting on it, but
there is always this. Like Eamon says, if we get injury suspensions, hopefully some youngsters will get a chance. That is true, Eamon. Very, very true. We live in hope. I think my camera's going to cop out in about 4 minutes. Let's just turn my camera off so I can turn it back on at the end. That'd be good. Right.
We've still got what's happened to Chris anyway?
He stormed out.
He's had enough.
I think you've upset him again. No to Sterling. No. Peter Toms, right? I was you. I was in your shoes a few weeks ago. I said, no fucking way. No way. So this is how it gets to you. They wear you down. Make you grateful.
Put Brownhill to Wolves.
Oh no. We've lost out on Brownhill. I bet he scores a winner against us. Fucking hell.
That's last minute. But he's a free agent, so why are they panicking with him tonight?
I don't know. I don't know.
All right, we've got
there's
3 minutes.
5 minutes left. There's 4 minutes left until paperwork can be submitted, right? So we need to hear, Zanussi, what paperwork has been submitted in the next 4.5 minutes. And then that kind of tells us who we're potentially doing a deal for. It sounds like, according to Sky, the only one that looks certain at the moment is Igor.
Yeah, so it's looking like to me.
Yeah. Chris has got no staying power. He's like, has he been transferred to another show? That was happened. It's a last minute transfer.
He must have been chucked out. Where was he last time we see him?
I ain't seen anything about Potts. Alford. Yeah, Alford went on loan. We know that. 3 minutes. Assuming no one else comes in, I was happy with the turn in performance. So look, he's Chris. Oh, so you come back for the finale of you, Chris? Bloody hell! Thanks for.
Sorry, I needed to go. But look, there's a little player there behind me walking through the door.
Is that
breaking, mate? It's Igor. He's joining, mate.
Nice work.
He's coming home.
I don't know why, but he's got his Fiorentina shirt on. Bit weird, but he's walking through the door. So
I'll tell you why he's got that shirt on, because the welcome video, they're going to have Bowen taking him on. He's actually going to win the ball off of him.
Where have you gone, Gal? Animated Gal's back again.
No. My camera battery. Is
it gone?
I've got a problem.
You have got a problem.
I've got a problem with my camera battery that I need to sort out. I never remember to do it. But I'm just a slacker. I'm just a slacker with things like that. So, I'll turn it back on quickly until it disappears. There we go. I'm back. Maybe I'll make it the last 2 minutes. You never know. I'm down to 1%, so I ain't going to make it. I'm
not hearing anything other than my guy at the back here, Igor, joining. That is
I think that's going to be it, isn't it? It's going to be Igor and nobody else. 1 minute to go. Just Foxes are screaming. 1 minute.
I know.
And 1 minute and my camera is just going to disappear. Let's do one more search. So I do a variety of news now, of AI, of everything, right? So you never know. Something often pops up on AI because it does such a wide scan of news.
There's a lot of big deals that haven't gone through yet. Sky got this list up. Look, the Sancho and Elliott to Villa hasn't gone through yet. Gahey and Isaac hasn't gone through. They're all in the balance.
Oh man, I
Brown
don't really
to
care
Wolves.
about any of those. Wolves, really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that one, they've got time for that one because he's a free transfer, haven't they? So
Yeah.
I reckon,
Right.
honestly, I actually reckon that we could still end up with Brownhill. I do. I almost think it's
Yeah.
inevitable.
I think we're
Igor
going to
and Dizazi.
That's it. It's
Yeah.
closed.
Do you not think it would be one or the other, though? Do you think it will be Igor and Dizazi? Or Igor
Well, not according
or
to
Dizazi?
what's his name. Steinberg said we were getting both and Dizazi. So we're going for cover. We're going for obviously big lump dominant aerial. I assume that's what they are. One left-sided, one right-sided, probably, because that's what we got at the moment.
Well, yeah.
Sky love to stretch this out, don't they? I'm just looking at Sky's feed.
Yeah.
Transfer window is closed. That's it. Well, not
Igor
quite. There's
and
still about
Dizazi
1 million
announced
deals
soon.
that need to be confirmed.
Well, look.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been whelming, isn't it? It's been underwhelming. No surprises, as in we ain't got some fucking great attacking midfielder or striker that's going to excite us, but we do have centre arse, good, robust centre arse. Cover.
Can it even play up front?
We've got defensive cover. And 2 hours
Do you remember
about
when
it,
we
and
had,
we've got two
do you remember
defenders.
when we had Ian Pearce back in the day?
Yeah.
Do you remember back in
Yeah.
the day, Ian Pearce, when he was playing for West
Yeah.
Ham? You could stick him up front, couldn't you? He could do it. He
Could.
could play both roles.
Good. The
Do you reckon, man, throw up front?
Real Simpsons one has called it the window has closed. West Ham are on their way to signing Igor Julio and Alex, the one that Chris panned earlier, Alex Dizazi, who is going to have to learn to love now. You know, you're getting on the back of your shirt for your birthday, Chris.
Dizazi. Disaster.
No, Ross, we didn't get Brownhill. The dream has not come true. He's going to sign for Wolves instead and score against us. Scored a winner, probably.
Oh, that's inevitable, isn't it? Yeah, you can imagine that. Christ almighty. I'm a bit disappointed about this.
Yeah.
I am.
What you saying, Potter finally got back to, I think when you look at it, now the window consists of, right, Magassa, 17.3, Fernandez, 42 million. You got to add Tadibo into that, sadly, at 35 million, because that's what I bloody talk about. 18 million for Hermansen. Malik Diouf at 19 million. Wilson on a free, Walker Peters on a free, Cummins on a free, Igor Julio and Alex Dizazi on loan. So that is a total of how many? A total of 10 players coming in.
Yeah, but look how many players went out, Gal.
Loads of players went out. We lost Edson Alvarez, Kudus, Cresswell, Fabianski, Zuma, who didn't play anyway, Soufal, who barely played, Aguerd, who didn't play, Palmieri, who didn't play under Potter, really, Antonio, who didn't play under Potter, Forbes, Ings, Mason Terry, Gideon Kalua, Sean Moore, Patrick Kelly. So a lot of those players there, I think the way I counted it was we had 8 players who went out the door who played some part of the first team last year. And now we've got, I think we had 7 originally, or is it? Yeah, 7 who have come in who will definitely play regularly in the first team, and another 2 who probably will. So we've probably got 8 going out and 9 coming in. So it's roughly like for like, and we've made a 1 million profit on transfer fees from the sound of it.
Oh,
96 versus 97 million, right?
Yeah, delighted about Sullivan making a profit. But I think the real question is this, right? Do you think, and this is going to both of you and also to the chat as well, right? Do you think we have a stronger squad now than what we ended the season with last season?
I think so. I think so. I think it's, I mean, it's my own personal opinion, because I don't think, if you look at the ones that have gone out, who are we going to miss? I mean, yeah, we would have missed the good Kudus, but we ain't going to miss the one that we had last year. Alvarez, we won't miss him. Cresswell played a little part at the end. Fabianski, Zuma played no part. Soufal, we've more than replaced him. Aguerd didn't play for us. Palmieri didn't play for Potter, really. Antonio's missing half a season. Ings barely played. So when you look at those players going out, I mean, that's the 8 players who played a bit of first team for us last year. And then coming in, you've brought in like Magassa, who's going to probably start most games. Fernandez, Tadibo, for God's sake, does play quite a few games. Mads Hermansen, who probably play every game. Wilson, who will get some minutes every game. Walker Peters will play regularly. Magic Diouf is a great signing. So I think, and as long as Julio and Dizazi are not terrible, they're good, solid. You know, we've got a left side and a right sided centre back cover. and we're going to play in this 4-4-2 system and don't, or 4-1-4-1, and we don't fuck around again with the three at the back, I don't think we can. If we stick to that, and I think we're in a stronger position than we were. I think the quality of players we've bought in, the ones that we've bought, are actually pretty good, right?
I mean, I'm inclined to agree with you. I would say that what we do have now is we have much more of a balanced squad than what we ended the season with. Definitely. You know, we definitely have more balance there. I just think there is some disappointment, though, that we didn't go out and buy that striker, that elusive striker, you know, someone that's going to compete with Full Kruger, not an Adrian Wilson. So there are areas of the pitch where I think we really should have pulled out all the stops to get in, you know, getting some bodies. But it is what it is, right? It is what it is. If that's what we, continue with until Jan, then let's hope it's enough. I think it is, but
I think the two midfield signings, if we didn't make them, that's what sort of saved the window. Fernandez and Magassa.
Big time. Yeah. And the thing is, we've been waiting for those decent midfield signings since Rice left.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, no, definitely. That
so
energy from Fernandez, even in that first game, you could just tell it's completely different. That midfield has suddenly got legs.
But Martyn,
the other team can worry about it.
We also need to be a little bit careful here that we don't heap too much pressure or expectation on Magassa, because we still don't know. You know, I know that we said this before. He's come from a good team. Okay, he's played a decent amount of games, 20 odd last season. He weren't the first name on the team sheet guy, but we don't know a great deal about him. So he's an unknown quantity to the Premier League and also to West Ham. So for us to say, we solved the problem, we don't know yet. We don't know that yet. We don't.
Yeah, Ross Alvarez left. He fucked up for the first time. Had a mare in his first game for Fenerbahce last night. Right. So the question is, as Glenn says here, is it Potter time? Is it? Is he ready to go? Has he been backed? Enough.
Well, it's kind of hard to answer that because we don't know whether or not. I mean, maybe Potter. Maybe we just. I don't know. Maybe certain players we went after we just couldn't sign because the players didn't want to join West Ham. So it's hard to really answer that question. I mean, the board, I'm sure, will say they backed him and they gave him the money and the funds to go out there and sign all these additional players, but we just couldn't get them over the line. But my issues with this, and it always is like, you know, the same every single transfer window, is we leave it right to the last fucking second. And that's what annoys me so much because, you know, ideally we want to be signing these players pre-season so they're good to go for the start of the season, not trying to integrate them after we've already played 3-4 games. So it is very disappointing, and we always do this.
And you look at this, you look at what's happened, right? We've ended up paying full price for Magassa. We probably paid more than we would have for Fernandez. And we've got a couple of fucking loans just over the line out of desperation in the last few minutes. I mean, it was pointless waiting to the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Well, what did he think was going to happen? Because the problem is, all other clubs know that we're desperate to sign players. You know, they know that we needed to sign players. So as a result of that, you can see that Fernandez price was hiked up because he's not a full, you know, for me at the moment, £42 million is a lot of money. I mean, he had a fantastic game yesterday, but it's still a lot of money. It is when you compare it to what other clubs have been playing for, other midfielders as well, it represents a big deal for West Ham. But
so let's summarize. Let's finish the show and let's summarize what's happened in this whole transfer window, right? We have signed Sungutu Magassa, 17.3 million. Matheus Fernandes, 42 million. Jean-Claire Todibo, 35 million somehow. Mads Hermansen, 18 million. Daniel Cummins on a free from Celtic. Callum Wilson on a free. Carl Walker-Peters, which I think is a blinding free transfer, I've got to be honest, from Southampton. And El Hadji Magic Diouf from 19 million from Slavia Prague. And we've just got Igor Julio. And we're going to get Alex Dizazi, named disaster by Chelsea fans, 27 French international on loan, a centre half cover, probably left and right sided. So 10 players in, replacing basically Edison Alvarez, Mo Kudus, Cresswell, Fabianski, Zuma, Soufal, Agued, Emerson, Antonio, Ings. So I think that is an improvement on what we had for sure. I'd say I am 70% happy with the window, a striker and an additional bit of cover in central midfield, and I'd be really happy with it. It would be 100% window, but the striker, we've cheaped out on the striker, haven't we?
Yeah, I think you summarised it. Yeah, I think you summarised it well, mate. There are some people saying here a lot of clubs leave it to last second. I know that they do, but equally a lot of clubs have made done their business quite early into the window as well.
Apart from AWB, who we signed in the last minute in the last summer transfer window, I can't remember of one good signing that we made right late in the window. I can't remember. It was always we always lose last minute of the window. You remember? Don't go to bed. DG fucking came around every year, didn't it? Like Christmas.
Yeah, it's a good point actually. I don't know. I'd have to look into that because I can't really think of many, if any, apart from, as you say, Wan-Bissaka. That was an exceptional last minute deal. I can't really think of any. No.
Well, according to Jacob Steinberg and Sky, Dizazi's still ongoing. I think we're arguing over the loan fee. They want $5 million. We don't want to pay that shit. Not a terrible window. We kept Paqueta and Fernandez. Looks good. Magassa, he will look good. Wilson, and also let's not forget, Diouf looks fucking amazing. He looks like a steal, that guy.
Yeah.
Can I just say one thing though, right? I know what you're saying. I think in general, okay, it's better than how we ended the season in terms of I suppose the quality of player. I know we've lost Kudus, whatever, right? But I think it is around balance. We've got a more well balanced squad.
Yeah.
But the concern here is, and it's always going to be this, is that we do have two very aging strikers, right? Yeah. And two, by all accounts, injury-prone strikers. Let's say hypothetically, and I say hypothetically, it's quite realistic this could happen. Both of them get injured. Okay. Yeah. Who do we play up front? Bowen. That's our option, or Callum Marshall.
Well, Callum Marshall, that's not good. We've got to hope that one of those attacking-minded kids, like Phil Fearon in midfield or Marshall, one of them comes good this season. We're kind of depending on it, really, aren't we?
And yeah, but that's a concern because you don't want to be depending on youth, do you? You don't. You want to kind of bring them in slowly, integrate them into the team, and hopefully see them develop without putting that pressure or expectation on them. So, hence my point. I think we do have, you're right, a better and well-balanced squad, but it's not strong. It's not big enough for me. We need much more depth to our squad, and that's what we don't have, in my opinion. It's not.
Yeah, it's a gamble, isn't it? If we're gambling at them strikers, or one of them's going to stay fit.
Yeah,
till at least January. Gamble. We can't do anything about it now till January. So
that's right. So my camera's finally copped out. So that's a signal, isn't it? So Ross says, just read that till 1 a.m. to submit the full paperwork. Right. Okay. Fair enough.
I ain't waiting up till 1 a.m. That's for sure. Actually, I probably will do because I go to bed after then anyway. But yeah, but we shall see.
As ever, it's gone out with a bit of a meh this transfer window, isn't it?
It's like the minimum we could have done to have a successful window, and it's just acceptable, I think.
And this is the problem with the way Sullivan does his business. I think he's bought enough to keep us up, right? But that is the sole requirement for Sullivan, nothing else.
I must admit, though, like a week ago, I was really worried. Before we got Fernandez and Magassa, I didn't think we was doing anything at that stage.
I was sure we were going down. I was sure we were going down without a shadow of a doubt. It made such a difference because if we didn't have Fernandez in that game the other day, right, we're losing that by half time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Well, let's focus on the positives, right? Forget about the transfer market for a second. Yesterday's performance in itself, I thought, was an exceptional performance. Just goes to show that we do have, we do have the players to pull out those types of performances and get points.
Bloody dog's barking outside. I've got to go and kill it.
Harsh. Don't take the transfer window out on your dog, gal. I'm just hoping that last 10-minute spell against Forest yesterday, I think that will do the confidence or the world of good for the West Ham players. It will. And so going 100%. Going into the next game against Spurs, we've got a 2-week break, get the players even fitter, get the likes of Summerfield back, even more fitter as well. And I think we can give Spurs a game. I actually fancy our chances in that one. I wouldn't have said that before Forest, but after watching that game yesterday,
I really fancy it. It's going to be a lovely warm atmosphere in there, isn't it?
Yeah. I can't wait for that.
Right. So apparently Dizazi was deemed too expensive. Toulouse didn't really want to sell Cresswell. Sold their other centre-back to Palace today.
They would have sold him for the right price, Gal. I don't believe that.
Yeah,
they would have sold him for the right price. So that's excuses for me. Every player has
I agree with you. I agree with you completely. So Igor, it is in because Dizazi either didn't fancy it or we didn't want to pay for him. There's one of the two.
I'm okay with it, Gal. I'm okay with it. I don't want disaster. I didn't want him anyway, so I'm all right with it.
I think regarding Potter, yeah, I think he does need to be given time, and I hope he doesn't go back into the mode where we're teetering on the brink again, like we were last week, where he's playing a system that don't suit the players. If he stays away from that, and we see the improvement, and we don't need to fucking win every game. We're going to get beat, aren't we? But at the same time, we've got a lot of tough games coming up. But as long as we can see what he's trying to do, that keeps people away from being frustrated, I think, a lot of the time.
Well, it'd be silly to change the formation.
Yeah.
It'd be silly to change it now after the performance yesterday, and I don't think he would do that. Particularly against Spurs, he's going to know that he can't play his fullbacks playing as wing backs, particularly when you've got Caduce playing there. We've got to nullify the threat of him, so we need to go to a flat back four in that game without question. I don't think he's that stupid. He's got his first 3 points of the season, great performance, and guess what? We played the formation that pretty much every fan was crying out for over the course of the last month. So, I'm going to remain positive.
That was an insult by Peter Toms. I only read the first bit. 9 months impersonating a manager. Bit unfair, mate. Bit unfair. He did keep us up, whether people like it or not. He did, and that wasn't a given. That was not a given. But there you go. I dare say a lot of other managers could have managed it as well. I'm not saying it was extraordinary, because it wasn't. There were a lot of boring games, but at the same time, he did actually do it. And let's face it, had he played a back three the other day and we got slaughtered, we'd be asking for his head now. That's how close it came.
Yeah.
Well, he's still quite close, mate. He's still quite close.
Very close. You don't get forgiven for one win. No, you don't. Not at all. He's got to prove himself again in the Spurs game. That is the big one. We get embarrassed by them, we're back to square one.
Yeah. So it's a massive game for both clubs. A massive game. They lost. We won. Huge game. Really, really huge game.
It wasn't just the winning, the 3-0 at the end in the last 10 minutes. The performance was better all through the game, wasn't it? I mean, we could have gone on to lose that game 1-0 or something, but I think it was so much better. The balance, everyone looked as if they was in their right positions.
Yes.
It was. I mean, that really that's really positive for me. There's no way he can go back on that. I'd expect him to start with the same lineup, maybe with Magassa in, but he might not even put him in.
We were quite nervous and cautious in that game yesterday. Let's not get it too wrong here. We were, and I think it's understandable because we got thrashed in our previous games. But I think once we got to that final kind of third of the game, particularly the last obviously 10-15 minutes, that's when the shackles came off. And I do think that 10-minute spell for West Ham, I think it'll be proven invaluable for us actually moving forward, because the confidence, like I've said already, will be very, very high from that. It will be, and so let's hope we can bring that to the Spurs game next.
I don't think Caduce is going to have his own way against the youth. I really don't.
No. I think there'll be a lot of players trying to stop Caduce in that game.
Yeah.
I might jump on a pitch and stop him myself if he pulls up that stool. I'll tell you that.
Exactly. Don't get that stool out. I beg you. But
where are you going to sit for that game? Where are you going to sit with where the atmosphere is at, or are you going to go and sit in the posh seats for that?
No, I'll be in me posh seat for that. I think, Andy, I'm going to go 7 out of 10. Bear in mind, it's a stronger squad than we had, and they've tried to sort the midfield out. Short of a striker, short of, a good, how can I say, a backup, at least a backup, more depth in the attacking midfield position. Because I think we're one injury away from a problem. So what are you giving it, Martyn? I'm
about sort of a 7.5, and it's 7. It's just enough. It's literally just enough.
Yeah. And Chris?
I'll give it a 6. I'm going to go lower than you, and purely on the basis that I think we've left it a little bit too last minute for my liking. I think we've taken some gambles on some players that we don't know much about, and I'm referring specifically to Magassa, but I'm also referring not players that we don't know much about. But I'm referring to people like Callum Wilson, for instance, who, yes, he's a good striker, but he's not the Callum Wilson of 4 years ago, and he's an injury-prone player. So I don't feel that we've brought in enough in certain areas. So I'm going to give it. It's not been a great window for me. It's like a 6. I don't mean to be too negative here, but that's how I feel.
Well, I feel we nearly fucked up big time. I feel that Sullivan wanted to sell Paqueta.
Yeah, for sure.
And so we've made $1 million profit, as in we've not spent any money really, and we could have made a fucking 50 million profit, right? So what Trog says there about asset stripping, who knows? Time's going to tell on this. But one thing's for sure: if we got relegated this year, we'd be fucking banging trouble. And I think we've got 6, we've got 4. Yeah, I don't think it's a 4. It's a stronger team. 5, again, I think we're stronger than we were. 8 from Mandy. I mean, holding on to Paqueta, you're right. That is a big thing, but that was largely to do with him, not to do with Barry Krishna. 5, but not Potter's fault. 3 out of 10, I think, is, that's I don't know how you get there, to be honest. I think we needed more, but it's never going to be enough.
I think stronger in terms of balance, Gal. Stronger in terms of balance. You know, that's my opinion. I mean, there are 1 or 2 players we've brought in that I do think are certainly
on net spend, by the way. On net spend, I'd give it a 3.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
The other thing
that's been kind, actually, Gal. 3 is being kind.
I just think the players we've signed. No, I'll give it a 2. The players we've signed have been good players, and we're better than we were. But fucking hell, we ain't spent any money. He's actually made a million quid profit.
Yes. Yeah. That's a good point. The players we brought in, we haven't seen Magassa yet, and time will tell. But at least we had a terrible window last year.
Yeah.
Some of the players we brought in, buying loads and loads of players doesn't always mean it's a good window.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But we've just signed loads and loads of players. 9. Because we're going to rule out disaster now. Chris turned me cold on him anyway.
Is that off? Is it now?
Yeah, not a fan.
It will never be enough. Well, it actually will never be enough because he will never go that extra mile to make the team, you know, to try and lift the team up to the next level, to use their words. He'll never do that. He'll just do enough to keep us up. And I think he's probably done enough to keep us up, thank God. Right? But it took a while, though, didn't it? It took too bloody long. We wasted 3 games while he faffed around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For what? To save like a couple of million is
for no reason at all, right? Exclaiming, we tried to complete a permanent deal but couldn't because it was deadline day. Yeah, exactly. It's a great excuse. That's we tried, isn't it? We tried. In use since 2010. We tried. Don't go to bed, DG. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please could you? Bobby Morster here on YouTube. You'll be delighted to know there'll be no more transfer updates for fucking months, right?
Thank God
because. You know, frankly, we all get bored of them. At least we managed to get to the last outer window this time. Me and Chris, well, no, the youth is a fucking good player, and apparently Magassa is as well. So I disagree with you there, to be honest, Trudge. Again, to be decided with Magassa because we ain't seen him, but he comes with good references. Let me put it like that. And he's only kept out of the team from by a very good player, so he's not unproven. He's played quite a lot of games, but he's
unproven in the Prem, isn't he, Gal? But you look at the pace of the game in France compared to the Premier League, it's a very different type of football. So I get
a lot of players move from France to England because they're technically very good, but it's a very young league, France, and so when they move to England and suddenly it dawns on them, like Todibo, the physical demands of the Premier League is more than any other league. Right, so you either stand up to that. Malik Diouf has. We know Fernandez can because he's already done a year in the Prem. So it's really down to Magassa now. Can he do it? And apparently, from a stats perspective, when you look at his engine, he's running, he's shutting down, and everything else, he's amazing. He's got an engine, right? That's the first thing.
Yeah. And talking of Magassa as well, I don't know if you saw his interview. You know that silly interview that the club do. When the players walking towards, the interviewer. Yeah, and I think the interviewer asked a question along the lines of, "What type of player are you?" or something like that, and he said, "Complete." I mean, I love the confidence. Complete player. I am a complete player. Yeah, can't improve anymore. Completed it, mate. So, mate, let's just hope he is. Let's just hope he is.
Yeah. No, not 19, 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds, which is young, absolutely young. But again, these are players who are not just breaking in. They've actually broken in and played some top-level football already. Magassa's played Champions League for Monaco and all that sort of stuff, right? So these are not players who have not played at the top level in their respective country. These are not young kids from academies. So, it is difficult to rely on all those, but we do also have a lot of 27, 28-year-olds on the books as well. So it's a pretty healthy. I think we've got an average squad age of 26.75 now, which is way younger than it's been for years. We've had the oldest team in the Prem for 2 years running.
Yeah, that's true. We have brought some youth in, so let's focus on the positives.
Yeah. But it is a gamble. It's always a gamble. You bring players in. Every player that comes in is a gamble. We're getting Brownhill. Don't you worry about it. He's coming. He's coming. And Brobbery, Daylight Brobbery, is apparently.
Oh, when did he?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, Brian Brobbery. We didn't want to pay the money, did we? We had a 20 mil deal sorted for him. Wonder how much they paid.
Don't know. I have no idea.
Anyway, let's leave it there because it's nearly been 2.5 hours. I said I'd be in at 7:15. One more time, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. The Bobby Moore here on YouTube. Give the video a like, please, and hit the bell notification icon. Sorry for the disappointing ending to the transfer window. One player on loan, Igor. Martyn, any final words?
No, I'm glad it's over. Not the show, but the transfer window. I've had enough of it now.
I know. The thought of not doing transfer shows for a fucking few months is delighting me. Chris?
Yeah, no, I'm with Martyn on that. I'm actually glad the show is over, actually, to be honest with you. I actually am. But
my camera's run out of battery and everything.
Yeah. No. Pleasure as always, guys. So, yeah, you know what? We move on. 2-week break. We can talk about Spurs soon, but yeah, I'm sure we'll do some stuff in between then anyway.
Thank you, chaps. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for everybody in the chat for your comments, and Claire, thanks for modding as per usual.
Claire.
Yeah, cheers, Claire.
All right. See you later all. Good night. Come on, your wines.